We have our enthralling conversation about fucking presidential administrations from 2 decades ago.
Hopefully this is being streamed, right?
And let's not forget that a couple months later, there was a certain couple of buildings that took a certain punch to the face.
Mm-hmm.
That was several months later.
Mm-hmm.
More than a
But
handful.
Bush was
He was in his
had
first.
just become
No, he
president.
He was in his
first year.
well. It was in his first year. It was a couple months later, but yeah, he was in his first year. He was in his first year, right? And think about this, right? The attitude of the United States at the time was that we've won, we're on top, everything's chill. Because Cold War was over, we had no obvious adversaries, the Clinton administration was amazing, we had a surplus in the economy. The economy had not done as...
history.
The economy had not been as well as it had been since like the 1950s.
We ended slavery.
We've ended slavery, okay? It's like everything's looking up, and then fucking 9/11 happens. And it's like, oh, I see.
America is vulnerable.
We
what happened?
We like fell down back into 1936 instantaneously.
But I thought history was over.
I thought this was the end.
And that applies to George Bush too, because whenever he became president, he had every intention of being a president who was just like, I'm just gonna sit here and like snort cocaine and have
nothing.
hookers.
Smoke weed in the Oval Office.
That is exactly why he stacked his administration with people who was like, you're going to do all the day-to-day stuff while I show up to like funerals and stuff. And then everything changed.
And you can see the look on his face when he's reading to those kids, and he's like, "Oh,
he's like, oh, this is like, this is shit. This is shit and piss and fuck.
this
can't have
is
presidents
literally
go
the
read the
worst
kids
thing that could
anymore.
possibly be right now."
They come up to him. It's like, Mr. President, we need you to make decisions. Like, I didn't run to do that. And they're like, well, the Twin Towers are gone.
The what?
The World Trade Center is gone. It's like, what do you mean gone? Gone.
Now, if I remember correctly, the last thing I was trying to do is I was gonna make peace with asshole, and then it crashed. And I was like, you know what? That's fine.
Mr. President, there's an emergency. Go talk to Cheney. We've been over this. No.
He's the one that's really in charge.
That's
No.
that is so true. So, oh, he wants to give me a whole city. Okay, hold on. Let's hold on. Let's
No,
renegotiate this.
Mr. President, you really need to be involved. Why? The World Trade Center's gone.
I
A
think-
building doesn't go away.
I think if he gives me that, I can't raise it. Ooh, it looks like he's having severe separatism problems, probably because of all the unhappiness his empire's getting from all the horrible invasion I've done to it.
Then again, I'm not giving. I feel like
Oh,
I'm
no,
not
you're
giving Bush
goddamn
enough
serious.
credit. He did know how to read, unlike our current Republican president.
He could read, as evidenced by the fact he was reading to children.
He could, in fact, read. I would love to see President Trump try to read to a classroom of kindergartners.
He famously had a
Actually-
thing to where he was trying to read the Declaration of Independence and he gave up. He started complaining about how it was in a foreign language, I think was the quote, and then he stopped. It was a thing he was doing for HBO, and it ended up getting scrapped because
I
Trump couldn't
love
do it.
Oh,
That was in his first term, by the way. There is no
Oh, I knew
limit to
about
how
that.
fucking stupid he is. I say that very often.
He will plumb the depths.
But yeah,
The shape of a plum.
whenever we say that like fucking Cheney was running the government, it
not a lie.
for true. Like whenever Bush was doing the reading to kids, whenever he wasn't giving a response, that was for true. People didn't know what that meant. Whenever he decided to continue reading to the kids. And fucking Cheney ordered for all the planes in the country to be grounded, and then like gave an order saying that you could fucking free fire, shoot people down, or disobey, which was an illegal order. He didn't have the authority for that, but the Air
Bush
Force still
wasn't in
followed
charge.
it.
Yeah.
Because he has moxie.
No, because he's Cheney, and he was in charge.
People decided he was in charge, even though it's totally theoretically illegal.
Yeah, well, the other guy, he might have been drunk.
He wasn't drunk. He
Never
had
know.
conquered those demons by then.
Fair enough.
You go here.
But he hadn't started his illustrious painting career yet.
They're not bad. It's like they're not
Bush
complicated,
is a
but they're not
painter?
bad. Yeah, he's taken up painting. He likes to paint, in particular, he likes to paint veterans.
You know, it'd be interesting to see Trump just like go on live and be like, Trump's an idiot. Bush of all people just be like, yeah, Trump's an idiot.
Well, he, I mean, he kind of
Make me look good.
He has kind of done that.
Oh,
in the
has
past. Yeah.
he? Good.
There's an old saying in Tennessee. I know it's in Texas, probably Tennessee. It says, "Fool me once,
Mm-hmm.
shame on you.
Fool me twice.
I gotta
You
say,
fool me, can't get fooled again."
If you go onto YouTube and look up the Bushisms, they are really fun because they're harmless, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
But
just
they-
him being a little slow sometimes.
It's just him being a little okay. Just he's a little
And you know what? Whenever big
I think the
decisions
phrase
need
is
to be made,
malapropisms. I think is what it's called. Where you're
You know
just
what?
you're almost there, but
he realized, when big decisions need to be made, he hired people for that instead of he hired people who could do
I'm
that
the
instead of thinking
decider.
he was the
Okay,
best.
I decide things. That's another quote from him. I'm the decider. I
I'm
don't
a
come up.
decider.
I don't
I
come up with
decide
the stuff. I
things.
decide them.
I was elected to lead, not to read.
They did that specific because I remember it was like this was his second term, and as criticism over him being a little special, like that's when he was like, "I'm a decider. I don't come up with things. I make decisions on them."
He was probably telling the truth there.
He was. I mean, that
Ideas.
he accidentally told the truth many times. Famously, he was saying, I don't remember the context of the question, but he said something along the lines of, "That's why you have to repeat yourself over and over again. That's how the propaganda gets through." And he was talking about things his administration was saying. Where it's clearly something they told him in the Oval Office, and he parroted it, and it's like, "No, don't say that in the public. You gotta repeat it over and over again. That's how the propaganda works, you see."
Yeah.
He accidentally said the truth many times.
What a fun fella.
I mean,
Maybe that's
recently
why
there
he
was
went to
recently he was talking about Ukraine war, and he was talking about it being an illegal invasion and stuff like that, and he accidentally said Iraq. That was a fun one.
He still got that on the mind.
Where he was
Maybe that's what
what
he
he was
wants to
talking about, it's like the invasion of he said he was trying to say the invasion of Ukraine is like an illegal invasion by like an authoritarian tyrant, and he accidentally said like the invasion of Iraq was an illegal invasion by an authoritarian, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's he did that not that long ago, and it made a lot of laughter.
Did a mental boom.
He did a mental boom. He does those.
Maybe that's why he won 2 terms. Because Republicans were like, he can't lie.
Well, the first time was the concept of the compassionate conservative, which is to say that he was conservative, but he wasn't fucking Hitler, which already we were getting to the point
That's,
where the
that's
Republicans, the Republicans were getting that way already in the early 2000s. That was 6 years into the Republican Revolution of '94. Don't forget. But the idea was that he's a conservative, but he's not like an asshole one, like those other ones. Like Gingrich. And so he got in, even though I must point out, he did lose both the general, he lost both the popular vote and the electoral college vote. Just put that out there and became president.
But hanging chads.
But just remember that he lost both.
Wait,
and
what?
still he lost both. Like he lost the popular vote, and that's what everybody knows, right? But he also lost the electoral college vote because Stelianos. He lost Florida, if I remember right, by like 50,000 votes, right? But the governor of Florida, who is George Bush's brother, by the way, ordered for the voting ordered for the votes to stop being counted, and then it went to the Supreme Court, and then the Republican-led Supreme Court just said, we're not going to count all those extra votes, and they just stopped counting the votes they gave no legal basis for it. They just said, we're just going to stop counting the votes. And then afterward, when independent people continue counting the votes, Gore won Florida by like 50,000 votes, meaning that Gore won the state of Florida, meaning that Gore won the Electoral College. So Gore won the Electoral College and the popular vote, still didn't become president.
I guess he's just the man bear pig guy now.
That's what I'm just saying.
Sounds like they'd apologize for
That's just what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Electoral College, no good. No good. It's like, even if you win the Electoral College, a Republican will still become president. The second
Almost
time he
all
won
rigged.
was because John Kerry was up to his fucking eyeballs in scandals. Like he had, I mean, in 2004 we were in the height of the Iraq War, right, and all of the aftermath of all that stuff, in the war in Afghanistan. And John Kerry, like, during the Vietnam War, famously, like, burnt his medals and stuff like that. So he's considered to be, like, they cast him as being super disrespectful of veterans and all that. Because he was a part of the anti-Vietnam, like, war protests. And he won a bunch of medals during the Vietnam War, Kerry did. But he, like, in the 60s, like, symbolically had them all burnt. And then, you know, there was the whole John Edwards problem. John Edwards was his running mate, and John Edwards got caught cheating on his wife during the campaign, and not only that, but his wife had terminal cancer at the time.
Oh, you don't love your wife at all. Also, why am I deaf?
We're gonna have to go back. Okay, so okay, I'm taking over. Some bullshit just occurred. Some people pressed buttons. A whole bunch of people pushed a whole bunch of buttons and broke everything.
What?
Yeah.
My hands aren't even on my thing.
Everyone just shut up. Because everything's wrong and we're loading. We're loading.
It completely skipped over my turn.
Yeah, somebody I think got excited and pushed the fucking big green button. That's what I think.
I did no such thing, my lord.
I don't know, but if I can get an Inquisition, I'd be using it. Because it's most likely going to crash now, because I'm ordering it to go to the main menu, and then we're going to see if it's going to load, and sometimes whenever you try to reload this stuff, it doesn't want to. I saved right at the end of my turn, I think. Can't remember now.
I specifically yelled about me not saving.
It hates whenever I try reloading it like that. But yeah, Germany didn't even get a chance to allocate its buildings to its cities, and then it advanced to the Mongol turn, which tells me that that button had to have been pressed. There's no other way for that to have happened. Someone got excited and started pressing shit. Saw flashing lights.
Flashing light.
I'm blinded by the light.
But yeah, John Kerry, he cheated on his wife during the campaign. Well, got caught cheating on his wife during the campaign, and his wife had terminal cancer at the time. So
Real smooth.
Yeah.
What a dumb motherfucker.
It ended his career instantly. He was a senator. I don't remember of which state. I think one of the Carolinas, maybe. But he was
Well, it had to be one of them states.
He was seen as one of the big up-and-comers in the Democratic Party. As like one of the young, and he was like real charismatic and stuff. But
he had to get his wick wet.
Yep. With a wife, while having a wife with terminal cancer at the time. She had only like a few months to live. So like the news broke that he cheated on her, and then she's like, "Fuck you, I'm getting a divorce."
Could've waited.
And then she's like, "Fuck you, I'm getting a divorce," and then she died a few months later.
Real bad luck.
Mm-hmm. It destroyed his career.
I'm gonna wait till she died.
And all of this happened. All of this happened after the Democratic National Convention. So it's like after he had already been like cemented as the running mate and everything. So it was.
Okay.
All right, Stellians, do your whole damn turn again.
I know I fucked up.
Like if you wait till she's dead, like people will be like, "Oh, that's weird," but like everyone mourns in their way, and they let it go.
No.
And then also, in the words of Jack Black talking about John Kerry, it's like, have you ever heard him fucking speak? I couldn't. I ran out of breadcrumbs on my way home. Got lost. It's like John Kerry was not a charismatic speaker.
Not like Obama.
He had a long draw and he took pauses a lot when he talked, and it made you real.
They should have just ran Obama then.
It makes you real sleepy. Don't forget to save.
Ran Obama instead of Kerry.
Oh, I already
Obama
did
even
counter
doing that,
espionage lately, didn't I?
You did.
I think he was still senator of Illinois at the time.
Great.
How long was he a senator before you became
2004. I think he was a senator at the time because he gave the keynote address.
Ooh. Got a little lag on my end.
He gave a keynote address for the Democratic Party in 2004, and that's when everybody started looking at Obama as the future. That's when he started showing up on late night talk shows and shit.
Oh.
He gave one of his big famous speeches actually was the keynote address at the 2004 DNC for John Kerry. It wasn't Yes We Can, because that was his victory speech.
And then he killed us.
I think it was the Audacity of Change speech. I think that was the speech he gave. Or it was the Audacity of Hope, that was what it was.
And then he single-handedly killed Osama bin Laden. Obama went in there himself, and he strangled him to death.
A video that I find myself going back and rewatching on YouTube pretty frequently is the video of John Kerry talking down his own voters. Not John Kerry, John McCain talking down his own voters who are like, I don't trust that. I don't trust Obama. He's an Arab. And he's un-American. And then John McCain's like, no, ma'am. He's a good American. He's a good man, a good American. I just disagree with him.
He's not an Arab.
That.
It's exhausting.
I miss Republicans like that.
They're dead and gone.
They're all dead and gone.
You gotta go back. You gotta go back 15 plus years.
If you ain't like Trump, then you're not in.
You're not in. And they began that transition.
He is the new standard model now.
And I'll point out, it's like amongst Republicans, McCain had the reputation of being a quote-unquote maverick who did his own positions. So even amongst them at the time, 20 years ago, they were like, I don't trust him. He's not a quote-unquote true conservative.
Maybe the true conservative should go away then.
Well, the definition of true conservative is Willie's favorite person. The person that makes Willie have conniptions. That's where the definition of being a true conservative comes from. Oh yeah, there's the big Greenland situation. There's gonna be a lot of horns. There's gonna be a lot of horns. Let's say.
I killed many of. I'm surprised they lived actually.
So you guys didn't see this last time, but last time when we hit intern and like it was processing everything, it was just me and Willie here. It took probably 8-9 minutes for it to process what went on in Greenland up here.
Yeah, about 10 minutes.
How on earth did you kill that many people?
Well, he landed, and there was probably 60. There was probably 60 barbarians here, and if you look here, there's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 15 here now. So that means about 40 plus combats happened. This is 75% German. Greenland is now.
The pillaging. The pillaging.
Mm-hmm. And so this is the horns are going to continue for a while. Let's go do the rest of the turn until they finish up. Okay.
All right.
They did a Zulu Dawn at me, and they all died.
Well, they all died in Zulu Dawn too. So
I would say this is probably the single.
It's pretty close in Zulu Dawn.
This is probably the single biggest, like in one turn. There was more troops in Indonesia, but I was able to clear them out over like a period of 4 turns. It's probably the biggest in one go.
Wait, actually, now that I think about it, isn't that movie just called Zulu?
There's a couple of different ones. There's a Zulu Dawn, and then there's a couple of them.
Michael Caine being the most British person ever.
Yes, so just destroy the black man.
No, he respects them in the end. They had an honorable battle, and he respects them in the end.
Oh,
I had to kill 60 of them for every one of me.
He did.
No, it's not.
A lot of death.
They
just slowed down for us to breathe.
They tricked me.
The game had to take a breath.
Willie, what do you want your line in infantry and that you built in Seville to have promotion-wise? You have to shout over the horns.
To have hill defense and put them right there next to my land.
My land. Is it done?
Is it done, or is the game taking another breath?
I think we've gone to the other ones. What about the machine guns at Apali?
Same place.
What promotion do you want?
Land tactics.
Land tactique.
I dropped the potatoes!
Alright. What do you want your Flamin' Warfare this one to have upgraded?
Oh, I forgot.
I should point out
that weirdo stun one.
Against barbarians, you're capped at 25 unless you get the pacification upgrade. So these guys are probably these guys are at cap. They are at cap.
Yeah.
But what?
What's that one that looks like a sunburst on there?
That's anti-tank.
Anti-tank, okay. We won't need that. At least not here. Just do drill.
We do invent the Panzerschreck infantry. That is a thing. What do you want this guy to have? Drill again?
All of them, just give them drill.
Drill.
All the Flammenwerfers.
Drill. The Maschinengewehr got some.
Land tactics.
Landtaktik. Another one.
So many promotions.
Give them drill.
Drill. Fire upon him, yeah. Gets the A7B.
No.
We have the Totenkopf. We know we are good guys.
Yeah.
Grog not know what happening. Grog not know what that is. Dragon comes. Oh.
No,
here's the dragon.
Dragon man. Ooh.
They came with the breath of dragons.
Oh, I got him! An arrow hit the fucking gas tank and blew him up.
What the fuck?
A fucking goddamn arrow. Let's get the Stormtrooper.
It's never 100.
We could wait. Well, we could wait a little bit because they do have 47% strength.
Yeah, let's
But William,
hold
you
off a
could
little
totally
bit.
win.
I mean, I could, but I don't want to sacrifice for it. It's not worth sacrificing for.
He doesn't want to
Is
see
there any
good German men die
good
by a stick
warships
to
in the
the
region?
throat.
There are. Let's get this unnamed dreadnought up there.
The man who killed that Flammenwerfer will live on in legend forever.
He is a king, I think,
Probably.
right now.
Next turn, we'll get the dreadnought up there, and he'll start giving short
No,
bombardment
he's
and stuff, and
probably
I'll help it
dead,
out.
but there will be like a secret cult to him. They'll be like, the Germans can die. We've
He won the
seen
battle,
them
and there's
bleed.
no consequent battles. He's alive and well.
Like I said, there was a lucky arrow fucking penetrated the gas tank and caused a big explosion of pressurized fucking napalm fire.
And he is he who's slain the dragon.
He slew he slew a squad of dragons.
I think he's the Dragonborn king. Okay.
He will have to enjoy his fucking happiness for 3 months because the next German assault will happen in 3 months.
I do think, though.
What do you want your
there will
Schussstupen to
be-
go here in Durango?
I
do
believe
think
those people.
There's
are
an
all
army that I'm
Conan
building
men.
to the south there.
Look at
There
how
will be a
high
cult
definition
to
this guy's
him
face
forever.
is.
Oh.
You can see his expression.
There will be a cult.
Consider
to him
that
forever,
some
every enemy of
consider
Germany.
some troops in this game are like a fucking mushed putty color, and this guy actually has fucking actual face. Anyway, where'd you want him to
Is
go?
that a company of heroes?
There's an
One
army
Face?
that I'm building down there to the south, just to the north of those two in the valley.
This one.
That one. Yep.
With the
Salsa
7.7 centimeter FK96 NA, German fucking ordering.
The army that's to the south of them, like directly to the south of them. Can you just model that new army off of the one that's right there?
Yeah. Now, hopefully none of these cities randomly have, because sometimes you put rally points somewhere, and then I'll make a unit, and it goes off into oblivion, and I never see them again.
I think I only have like 3 or 4 of them around there, but when you click on the city, just shift right click on the city, and it'll get rid of it.
Do that preemptively every now and then, because sometimes I'll make something a city, it's like, oh, he got on a train, and he's over there now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want these excess spies that you want to do in Breslau?
Send them south. We'll do some espionage.
Which south?
South.
Yeah, which south?
One
Which
in Rome
flavor
and
of
one in
south?
Smyrna.
Okay.
I'm so glad no one else knows what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. That's why we were saying it's like, in putting in the fucking Steam Wars rule that you're not allowed to fucking directly counter that sort of stuff unless you specifically catch them. Which is to say that it shouldn't have any diplomatic ramifications unless it gets caught, yeah.
But what if he gets caught and it's the start of World War I?
So be it. So be it.
Nah, he wouldn't do that. He's a pacifist.
That is technically true. Oh, I wanted to save and I thought it was
That
good.
I
is
would be
technically
like,
true.
everybody that does do sanctions may have.
Oh, well, I'm about to increase my trade with the Germans by a lot, because I just took over a bunch of oil. Oh, Mongol turn.
I will not agree to sanctions unless the war drums actually get beat. That is my...
I wouldn't announce that, but,
You're an absolute coward, Samuel.
I'm about to radically increase the amount of trade I do with the Germans, because we're about to end up embarking on a coal deal.
Mm-hmm. Lignite refineries.
Mm-hmm.
Germany's really good with those.
It's like we need to have a bunch of refineries, and Egypt wants more refineries, and Germany wants more refineries, and where the hell are these goddamn Mongolians?
I clicked OK. I just clicked OK.
I don't believe you. You still haven't. Do it better.
I just clicked it again. I clicked it 3 times.
Oh, piss. Did I not give you control? Oh,
you
you probably have it on it's probably still on controller because that's what it defaults to. God damn it! All right.
I had the little triangle though. I have the little golden triangle.
And there's no goddamn fucking controller support for this game. This is a fucking stratejo.
I had the little golden triangle.
Well, here's what we'll do, right?
Transit.
When the game inevitably crashes, right? We will correct you when that does happen.
Why are you putting those on wealth?
Because I'm gonna go back over them later on to see what religions are that need to be spread. I do it after the fact. It's faster that way, trust me. This needs that, and this needs that immediately. This needs to be saved immediately. No cities grew. Which is becoming the norm in Mongolia. It's like, you've had multiple sessions in a row where you've grown by a couple million, where other people have like tens of millions. Alright, let's figure out what's all going down. Christian. Who needs to be Christian? Kabul. You need to be Christianized. Christian, okay, and then I do that, and then I tell the city that was working on wealth to now work on Christian that, and then Jinju, you have access to Christians. Is there any adjacent Christian areas that you need to spread? Nope. Harbin has some, though, so you could do that. And I see that there are some Jews that need to be spread, so where do the Jews need to go? All over the place. Okay. You, Jew. Is there any? I see you're doing Buddhist here. Buddhist. Right, Buddhist. Delicious. And we're going to put that ahead. Oop. Oh, that's fine. Trading Buddhist, and you're doing all that. Is that within radius? That totally is. Ramil. Zoroastrianism. And you built that. And these fucking medieval farms that have been here that I see every turn on your turn are finally getting rectified. They drive me insane. They do.
You know, some people just refuse to move to the future.
Some of them are you.
Maybe you'll be a communist and then you will embark on the 5-year plan of collective farming and you will tell people at the point of a goddamn bayonet that they are moving into the future. Where are you wanting this howitzer to go?
In that group.
I remember now. You were putting them in this group, and then I think I sent one. Yes, and then you were sending that one to there. I remember now. I recall.
There's one that needs to go up to the north and replace the army that went to kill the barbarians. The way north.
That, and then there's that, and then you were putting this here because yeah, they were gonna get their artillery from here so they can get the first strikes going. Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. And we have Solar Cult. You will go to the far east. It is one of the better religions in the game. It's like...
They may not get special funny guys, but they give the beautiful money.
I would say the only religion in the game that I would say is very, very meh is probably Buddhism. You can get monks out of the Buddhists, but they're only really good at healing. Realistically, like they're kind of like combat medics of the old times. But outside of that, they're very they're not as economically powerful as the Jews or Muslims, and Christianity gives you money and industry, and Orthodoxy makes your military and economy both go up and all that. And Solar Cult makes your economy fucking flourish. Is there anything else you'd like me to do, Sam? I've gotten all your religions set up. None of your cities grew. Is there anything you want to attend to? Next turn, Tabriz is going to get a guy.
There were some cities you put on wealth that I don't think got dealt with. And I would like to see if they can build anything.
I don't put cities on wealth unless they have nothing like needed to be built. I don't assign wealth randomly. What do you think I am?
There's one that needed like a mass transit system. I saw you put on. They might also have a religion now.
Oh, this one has mass transit, which I didn't do, by the way. I didn't do Nanking, Mister. Unless you want to build oil refineries, it's looking like all your wealth cities are fine. Unless you want to do oil refineries or you want to do any specific unit building.
Upgrade. Oh, you had
well,
it clicked.
Hold on. I'm going to save it, and then we're going to do the one of the scary menus. We haven't done this with you yet, the going through the scary menu and fucking making you a modern man. Modern cavalry, you're still good. Riflemen, you still have 30 riflemen.
Yeah, I know. There were some in the far reaches that needed to happen. I was trying to build up a surplus before I did it again. The big upgrade.
So Japan.
A lot of these three-man garrisons can probably start being reduced, but I'll worry about that later.
There's a worker in here. I'm going to pull out of the city so he doesn't get forgotten ever again. Five more riflemen. Right there and there. Okay.
Either both on opposite sides of the damn empire.
You and you. Okay, and then there's artillery that needs to be sought too. You have grenadiers. You don't have the. You're about to get the assault troops. And
yeah,
so mountain infantry, lancers. You got 10 lancers. Those need to be armored cars.
I don't think I can do that yet.
Yes, you can.
What? When that happened?
You have the Austin. That was like one of the last things you got. Got turrets on it.
It does. Oh my god.
You're becoming a mechanized man.
Look at that. We have cars.
They make little horn sounds. Got some rifled cannons that need to be made howitzers and or You want heavy artillery or light artillery?
Heavy.
Heavy. And I believe there was a couple more Lancers somewhere. Yes. One in the desert and one over there. Okay. Ah, you.
They were hiding in the cities.
And there was one up here. I found you! There you go. Your army's now totally modern. With the exception of the Grenadiers, in 6 turns you'll get that going.
I think that one was a mounted archer. I don't even think he was a lancer.
We have another check. Let's see. We have a workboat up there.
No, that should be everyone.
We have a secret workboat here.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't anything. I had them built because there was piracy happening. Now that it's slowed.
I moved him out of the city so he won't be
there.
forgotten about. Coastal submarines, modern cavalry, which don't get changed yet. You got your trench infantry. You got 208 units of trench infantry.
Lovely.
You have 20 armored cars. So not only do you have armored cars, you have quite a few of them.
Lovely.
6 great scientists. 3 great merchants. You don't need that many great merchants, actually. Unless you want to save them for something.
I know I have some still to build companies and stuff.
Let's see. You only need 1 more so you can build the Mongol Kino, which apparently is your film studio.
Oh, lovely.
So you had 3. You had 1 in Canton, and you have 2 in Seoul. So you have 2. You have 2 extras. Do you want to just hold on to them or use them?
Have them slit their wrists in Seoul.
I shall. Both of you.
Because I don't think anyone's really clamoring for great
Join the
merchants.
city, and then
And I don't really know if I feel like selling them.
I'll have Canton, the one in Canton. You're gonna live in Seoul now, and then you're gonna form a film studio later, Mister.
I would probably need someone to offer a pretty penny for a merchant. But...
You have 1
I have
engineer.
the
You have 1 great general remaining. By the way, you have 1 great spy kicking around.
Have I gotten my military academies and all that stuff done? I think I
Yeah,
have.
you put them all over the place.
Good, good.
I might mess with the domestic advisor. I need to get rid of this Christian thing. I think I had that for a single player playthrough a long time ago. Get rid of that, and I think I might put a military academy slot in here. Actually, you know what? I'll do that right now. Whatever this Christian thing was I had, I need to get rid of that.
God damn it.
That was Christian Cathedral. I don't need that.
I spilled some taco meat.
How dare
It's
you?
everywhere.
You fool.
I didn't spill all of it, but I spilled a good little dollop of it on my stove.
Now, if I was a military academy... Actually, hold on. This is by ID. I don't care about ID. We're going to do it by name.
Why do people here drive slower in the passing lane than in the right lane? I don't understand.
Because it's the lane where they let you pass them, obviously.
No!
Look, they're gonna turn in that lane soon. Okay.
That is true. Are you on a proper interstate? Do they even have those in Guam?
This is Guam.
That's
What
that's why,
hellscape do you drive in?
What do you?
What does
Why
it
would
look
you think
like?
there'd be an interstate there? That'd be insane.
It would be. So
Yes,
if it's not if it's not a proper interstate, then it's not actually a passing lane. It's just the left lane.
They're
It
turning
is
soon.
Military academy. There we go.
technically a 5-lane highway. There's 2 going one way, 2 going another way, and then there's a turn lane in the middle. There's no reason for someone to be going slower in the fucking left lane.
They're turning left soon, dude.
Stupid.
There we
Yeah,
go.
they
Now,
might be turning
Sam, you
left.
can see here.
That's what they're doing it for.
Sam here, the last column, the M. That's the military academies. That's so you have a military academy, a military academy in Palaputra, Seoul, Harbin, and Avarka.
Nice, nice.
Oh,
Well, then I have that one there in case I decide I need a Grand Armée.
Give me your
No.
cat.
I mean, unless someone wants to buy them.
There's still stuff to get.
How much you selling?
Oh, there's-
You need to get superior tank design, and then there's a number of like special wonder ones you can still get.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
You need him at least for superior tank design minimum.
Never mind them.
Ooh, the general?
Yeah, so that you can get superior because
yeah.
it's not just for
You
tanks;
want
it's for
that.
armored cars as well.
You want that, my friend. That's a good shit.
Oh yeah, then I'll hold on to them.
The great
I will not
masses
sell
of
them.
the people will more easily fall victim to a big lie.
This is a
than to small
Hittle.
one.
That's a Hittle quote. There we go. His name has officially appeared.
Whittler.
No.
Boys are best. Oh my god, I went through my tech queue. Oh, there it went. There it went.
Damn it!
It's fine. I autosaved right at the end of the Mongol turn. It seems to really enjoy crashing on my turn, and I have a feeling the reason why is because that's after a full round, and so I think it's just got done processing because Ramses is the first in the load order for the whole round. So I think they just processed all that bullshit, and they're like, haven't refreshed themselves, and they have to start on my bullshit, and that just freaks out.
I don't have the memory. I can't do it.
You do have the memory, I promise you!
No,
But like, I don't know. Can you like turn off all your cores?
Computers don't.
I don't have that
any
option on this,
more.
okay? But even if I... Even if I did, Tyler, that's not the problem with this one.
A computer with 8 RAM does not exist. More than 8 RAM does not exist.
The problem with this one is
doesn't.
that Realism Invictus is so much bigger than this game was ever designed to deal with. Like I said, the map itself that we're on is, I think, 4 times larger than what the game was like hard computed to allow. Like if you go to the inbuilt Earth map on the biggest like size they'll allow, you would barely be able to have like Africa on here.
Mm-hmm. We call that Libya.
The Libyans.
So do the smaller scenarios tend to just like work better? Or?
Oh yeah, it's mostly just this that crashed. Although all of them will likely end up crashing simply because of how much even the smaller stuff like demands. Here's the thing: a lot of the inbuilt scenarios, when they're smaller, there's usually a lot of other stuff going on, like more mechanics. But yeah, this scenario, the Super Earth scenario,
will more easily fall victim
it
to a
crashes
big
by
lie
far more than
to a
any
small
others.
one.
That's why long ago, back
We crashed and
when
we didn't fix my control issue.
we didn't because I forgot. But long ago, when the days were shorter and dinosaurs roamed the land, when we were trying to decide if we wanted to do the big Earth or the smaller Earth, one of the things I was saying about the smaller Earth is that way less crashing.
Where's my mouse? Like now in general, where's my mouse?
Don't touch nothing, okay? What do I want? So to get radar, I'd have to
Plug
get
in
fire
your
control
controller.
systems.
Maybe we can play with that.
No, you can't. I promise you can't. Don't do that. Don't do that. You'll ruin my life. Don't do that.
Change some hotkeys around, Samuel. Come on. You
I
can do it.
think I'm gonna go down the World War II like military techs now. I don't think there's really anything else for me to get because I can't get radar
That's what
without
you said you were gonna do last time.
without fire control systems.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Jeez.
People just
I
keep
didn't
moving.
do anything.
People keep moving my cursor is all. But luckily on
Hands
Parsec.
off of the keyboard and everything.
Luckily on Parsec, I have the ability to override people. I have that setting on Parsec. I could get nuclear physics. I probably should get nuclear physics.
Toy? I got maybe another fish toy, and it fucking broke immediately because the string wasn't glued in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spent $5 on that.
I'm gonna figure out nuclear physics. So I can get a nuclear research facility and start building enrichment facilities to get nuclear fuel for things. And also discover bomb shelters.
Amy, look, his tail grew back.
And then after that, I think I'll get infantry logistics, which will give me that, and the Marine Corps, and then I'll get heavy machine guns. I'll start getting semi-automatic rifles.
Ooh, I have Mehrunes Razor. It has appeared before me.
What? How so?
In Realism Invictus,
Obviously.
No.
that's a
no
dangerous
way.
weapon.
In real life, I have Mehrunes Razor. It has appeared before me.
And then
Oh, so you're planning on dominating the world then?
Maybe I'm destined to do so.
Radar. Combined
I should run
arms.
for
Sam,
Well,
you
you
are
have
my
a chance to
friend.
instantly kill someone, so
I should run.
So, who are you going to use it
And I
on?
want electronic.
And don't get us banned.
It has inspired me. I should run for president.
Don't get us banned, please. Don't talk about.
How are you gonna
Don't
run
talk
for
about
president?
anything dealing with a blade or any weapon at all with anyone. Don't talk about anything, Sam. Just shut up. Just shut the hell
Can we
up.
talk about me
wanna
wanting to
get
climb
the-
up a
Do you
wall?
want to get the first and last?
Let's see.
Do you want to get the first and last names of someone that we know and love, along with their social security number?
Yes, of course I do.
Stadium,
Damn, you can't use your own.
laboratory,
I would never give out my
agricultural
own social
machine
security number.
depot. Alright, you got the agricultural machine depot, so do I want to fuck with you? I don't think so. I think the city that's been moderate in size is finally going to grow in gargantuous in size. Very nice. Newspaper.
It's an interesting question. I wonder. I know that in order to be charged with a crime, you have to have the mental desire to commit the crime.
Mhm.
But if you just like were famous and you gave away someone's social security number, not knowing that it was an actual social security number, could you be sued for it?
In
Like
civil.
if you made a song like
Yes.
8675309, but it was a fucking social security number.
Yes, you could be sued for that.
You could probably not have to, like, you could probably win the case. There's a good chance you'd win the case, but yeah, they could sue you for it. Because all you'd have to really prove is you had no way of knowing it was someone's actual social security number.
But how can you prove that negative?
So you would have to prove that you had no way of knowing, and really your best defense is that you're an idiot. Because not only would you have to prove that you have no way of knowing, but you'd have to prove that you are incapable of realizing that those series of numbers that would obviously be a social security number was not a social security number.
It's my cell phone number.
And so your best bet would be to play that. Your Honor, my client is too stupid to figure that out. That's your best bet, because that's the easiest way to avoid malice.
I did think about it.
It's like that'd be the best way to avoid accusations of malice. Because you have to be found guilty of that sort of stuff. Well, you don't get found guilty in civil. To be found liable in a civil trial like that, the key thing is, did you act with malice? And if you truly are, it's like, I knew nothing, I'm idiot, know nothing, I've never known anything, then you did not act in malice.
Well, and then
But even if you were like,
criminally,
this might be a social security number, but
You've gone too far. If you say this might be a social security number, then that means that you acted in malice because you had an idea that could be and you did it anyway. Has to be true blue. It's like you didn't know, because if
Now
you
they're
had
just
if you had a reckoning of knowing, then that means that you did it anyway, which is like, you know,
yeah, to
reckless.
just be like,
and-
I used a random number generator and thought number random, good.
Random number generator being used would definitely help. That would definitely help your case.
I did random number, good, and me good. Me only do good.
me can't
Your
count
Honor,
that
my
high.
client,
What number?
my client is only a good boy.
Your Honor, my client is an absolute fucking moron and doesn't understand basic elements of society.
Speaking of
That's
that,
like a
Him
really
all good.
That's a real good defense.
Him upper. Me patting his belly.
Speaking of this, Rissa found a game. We can finally do Tyler's trial.
I know. I saw it and I was like, "Oh my god, my dreams are becoming true."
It can happen.
I was thinking
now.
of the different roles I could play. I could do so many different roles.
We'd have actual assigned lawyers. There would be the jury. I
much
believe is
oil
just
have I
people
secured?
online, so we could have actual randos come be actual jurors.
Okay, so Germany. I have access to 2 new supplies of oil. Once I start drill baby drilling, do you want to do those 2 supplies as a part of an oil coal deal?
I will accept this.
Wonderful. So once I get those drilled, we'll get that rolling.
Alright. Ari.
Ari. Don't worry, Barry.
Her flag is so red now.
Don't worry, it won't be Irish.
There
gonna
is
be
a film called Meet Joe Black, where you get
Yep.
to see Brad Pitt go full Irie.
Full Jamaican.
He
It's
goes
a
full
really good scene, actually.
Irie.
It's a really good scene, actually. It's a really good movie in general.
I mean, in it, he's playing Death. He's literally Death walking around, except he looks like Brad Pitt from fucking like 25 years ago. And
Oh, be a man.
we do have the magical Negro in that, unfortunately, though, because that's the
It
name
was
of the
20 years
trope.
ago.
Because he goes to the hospital, and then there's like a Jamaican woman in a wheelchair, and then she sees
I remember seeing that clip.
Death, and then she immediately recognizes him because magical Negro, and then he's like, it's gonna be our Irie.
I'm not here for you. I'm on holiday.
I do all daily day. And it's like, oh my god. They good on them. They put subtitles in that section
They
because
did.
they knew it's like, okay, they are
No one will
they are
know.
speaking quote unquote English right now.
It's gonna be alright.
It's gonna
No,
be
it's gonna
Irie.
be Irie.
It's gonna be Irie.
It won't be Irish.
Mm-hmm.
You don't pronounce your
That's
T's.
it's a very fun dialect. I like that dialect quite a bit.
It is. I like the Jamaican accent and I like the Cajun. They're both
Mm-hmm.
very fun.
Cajun scares me.
Don't like the Cajun.
I'm frightened of Cajun.
I am as well. The not French, where they slip French in there every now and again.
They say things
You
that don't
send them
make
away.
sense.
You deport them.
They make sounds that don't make sense. Okay.
No, they're Americans. You don't deport them.
Yeah, they were
But they are
forcefully.
scary.
They're forcefully Americans.
They're scary though, and they talk to you in their gibberish, and then they kill an alligator right in front of you, and then they act like it's nothing. They cut out its heart, and they say,
They
"You
string
want?"
out its guts and then they roast it and then they say, you want some?
The
You
fun
you
thing
want
about
them?
the Cajun people, right, is the word Cajun comes from Acadian, because they're from Acadia, which is in Nova Scotia in Canada. They were French people, right, and then the British took over Canada.
Get out of here.
And they said, you can't be living here no more. They forcefully deported them. And it's like, only English people are allowed to live in this place because you French people cause problems.
And they got lost on the way
And
to
so they went to
Montreal.
New Orleans, which at the time was ruled by France. And then it went over to the United States. And as time went on, Acadian became Cajun. Because New Orleans was an extraordinarily international city, being ruled by like 4 different countries within the span of like 40 years.
Everyone there spoke 7 languages. It was part of the curriculum.
Mm-hmm. And so Acadian becomes Cajun, and that's when you get the French, Spanish, English that they speak.
I don't remember where the word Creole comes from though. That's the French thing.
I'm guessing that's a Native American thing. If I had to guess, if I had to hazard a guess, that's my assumption.
'Cause I believe the Creoles are they're the French ones. I believe. I mean the Spanish ones. The Creoles are the Spanish ones. Cajun's from.
Creole sounds Native American to me. So if I had to assume,
I'll look it up in a moment when I get back to my phone. We look up our facts on this channel.
I love looking up facts. It's like, as soon as I say something I'm unsure of, I immediately get my phone and start looking it up.
We
And
will not.
And not only that, but I usually look for more than one source.
We will not add to the post-fact era-ism.
I look for
On this
more than one
channel.
source unless the source that I got the thing from is one that I know to be reliable.
If it's the basic fact, I tend to be okay with. Just Wikipedia told me so.
Wikipedia is a lot more reliable than people think it is. If you go to a Wikipedia page, go over to the talk section, and you'll see it. Those motherfuckers debate over the littlest little details on those pages.
It is well vetted. It's not a proper like source for a paper, but it's well vetted.
It is
For, like,
it
looking
is
up facts.
it is the Roman Senate, is what it is, and everybody's there, and everyone gets to have a voice, and the arguments are long.
And sometimes a stupid voice gets to pop up for a bit, but then it does get shot down.
So 9, 706, 10, 60. So 9, 706, 10, 60. Is there anything else I need to do? Did any cities grow? I don't think so. They're building a windmill. I'm trying my damnedest to get a bunch of workers shipped over to the newly conquered areas, but it's all fucked. It's all fucked to all hell. You'll get that. You'll be able to spread that over there. I'll go ahead and get that. Get that tavern built. You're not thinking about being evil, are you? Nope. They're super happy. They love living in their workers' utopia. They don't complain around here. The workers' councils have illegalized complaining. So we don't do that anymore. Stelianos.
Yes, ma'am.
You got the pumps running.
Do we?
Okay. Agricultural Machine Depot. You got the pumps running. The city now has
Really
a
slow,
load
sounds
of...
like it did it.
The city now has a load of food produced in it now.
Bank.
Banca. The Mongols got another great scientist. They
Nice.
now have a good amount more great scientists than they physically could have enough great works of science left in the game. And the next turn, you're about to get a really big tech, Tyler. Air superiority. That's not only the modern Air Force stuff, like World War II era Air Force stuff, but then you're going to get access to the airport, which is to be built in every city. Because it's a huge economic boost. Makes the GDP go soaring.
So in the United States, the word Louisiana Creole refers to people of any race or mixture thereof who are descended from colonial French and colonial Spanish settlers.
Oh, that's the biggest melting pot I can think of, then.
It specifically was meant to denote people born in the New World at the time.
I see.
And then, the etymology was actually weird. It's not native. It's not Native American. The English word Creole derives from the French creole, which in turn came from the Portuguese crioulo,
It's all fucked.
diminutive of spira, meaning a person raised in one's house. Spira is derived from criare, meaning to raise or bring up, itself derived from the Latin creare, meaning to make, bring forth, produce, or beget, which is also the source of the English word create.
So the creationists down in Louisiana are way more complicated than just, people who are from Acadia and it became Cajun.
Oh, so even better. Creole peoples may refer to various ethnic groups around the world. The term meaning exhibits regional variation, often sparking debate. Creole peoples represent a diverse array of ethnicities, each possessing a distinct cultural identity that has been shaped over time. The emergence of Creole languages, frequently associated with Creole ethnicity, is a separate phenomenon.
It seems like literally anyone could claim to be Creole.
Yes.
With how vague their definition of what a Creole is.
To tell you the sections in this Wikipedia, there's etymology and overview, Creole in the United States, Africa, former Spanish colonies, Caribbean. So it's just everywhere.
It's a hodgepodge.
Pretty loose.
The current understanding of it is that it was a word made to mean like someone born in the colonies. You are born in the colonies. You're not from the native land that rules said colony.
You are foreign.
No, no, no. You're
You are
not
not
foreign.
native born.
You are Creole. You're a Frenchman born in New Orleans. You're Creole.
No
You're a fake Frenchman.
No, you're a Frenchman, but you're born in New Orleans. If you were born of French people in New Orleans, you're considered Creole. It's fuck, Tyler. There's no simple way to describe this. It's just fuck.
Needs to be Muslim still. Over here.
Muad'Dib.
The far northwest.
Islam. That's the fucking Islamic Messiah. What are you doing? It's
You go here. He's a Creole.
Muadi. The Muadi. Lisan al-Gaib.
Zoroastrian. All of over here.
Tyler, I curse you. You are not the Lisan al-Gaib.
I will be as Muhammad.
No.
Just like the boy from Dune.
No. No, you're not a prophet. You're the Messiah. It's different.
Don't throw up.
Sam, will you join me in my holy war?
I will take them to paradise.
You go down to Hanover.
Though, I mean, of everything I've read into about Dune, haven't read the books yet. I really want to, though. It's a
Don't
thick brick.
Read
so...
the ones his son did.
What are you talking about?
That's what well, you know, eventually Frank Herbert dies. And
Yeah. So, I mean,
his son takes over.
If you went by that logic, then you wouldn't read the last book of the series.
Willie, what promotions do you want your cruisers to have? He is still here.
Apparently
isn't
they're really, really bad.
What? No, Chapter House is said to be great, and then the freaking... What are you talking about?
it doesn't seem like
I've seen
he's
nothing but rave
actively here.
reviews for the Butlerian Jihad and all that.
Let's see. I mean, go ahead.
But he did mostly the spin-off ones. I believe he finished publication for Chapter House. He didn't write Chapter House. He finished publication for Chapter House. Well, you know what? I watch a lot of videos about Dune, and I've learned a lot about
Are you
Dune
confused?
because I found it interesting. I do find Dune interesting.
We have 100% chances of it now that the Dreadnought's here.
Sagen Sie mir, was ich zu tun habe. Melde mich zum Dienst. Vollzählig, zur Stelle. Melde mich zum Dienst. Vollzählig, zur Stelle.
Screaming hisses.
Brian Herbert wrote a lot of Dune books. All
I can't hear a damn thing you're saying,
There's
man.
a dragon!
It's a hissing goddamn fucking gas leak in my house.
Brian Herbert wrote...
It's the last of the dragon breaths!
Can we just skip animations?
No.
No, how dare you?
No, in fact,
Brian Herbert
as time
wrote
goes
quite a-
on, we're starting to have laser beam sounds eventually.
Brian Herbert wrote quite a few books. They were all spin-offs. Dune, the prequels, House Atreides, House Harkonnen, and House Carino. He wrote the Legends of Dune series, which is the Butlerian Jihad, the Machine Crusade, and the Battle of Corrin. And then he wrote some sequels, and he wrote some other Dune books. They're literally just called the Other Dune books.
The other
All of
ones.
Dune, The winds of Dune, the road to Dune, Dune, the air of Caladan.
Mongol.
I can't, Alex. Remember, you haven't.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You
I
haven't given
fucking
me power.
goddamn forgot. I fucking goddamn forgot, okay? There's so much muscle memory, okay?
But I do want to read the Dune books, but they're a lot, so I think I'm just gonna read the
Buddhist community.
quote unquote read the audio books of Dune.
Christian representative.
Very good.
Jewish representative. Gag race scientist, Tolui Besud.
It's a fake name. We all know it. There's no way.
You got the mass transit. Harbor's been built. You need the tavern. You need a tavern, and the city needs to start generating GDP as soon as possible. Save that.
Moved.
Yeah, you go up here. You're gonna become married to these.
Moved.
We have all those garrisons and everything that I upgraded last time that we're gonna have to get through. So let me get my hands in the rapid position. That's when I have my left hand on the enter and my right hand's ready on the mouse.
Taoism. This is a man of the Tao.
Your nails did again.
You know what? I'm gonna send this guy over to Avarga so we can centralize the religions. That makes the organization of everything much easier.
The Buddha. Take the Buddha into your heart. They did. They took the Buddha into their heart.
Sure did. We need that, and then we still need Buddha down here, so we're gonna interrupt that again.
What else is even Avarga working on right now?
All kinds of stuff, railway stations, and just all kinds of stuff. You've had a bit of a relief in the fact that you've had a number of you've had all the World War I military techs, so there hasn't been that many techs that like demand you put buildings everywhere. So you have short-term relief in that regard.
Feeling.
They're building that. That tile. Get rid of him.
Hi, Spooner.
There's a dirt road over here that I'm tired of looking at.
Hi, Spooner. He's a good boy. What? Do you just want big hug? Oh, big hug for the big boy. You hungry? You hungry? You want food? Is it dinner time for you? Is it dinner time for you? Okay. It's dinner time for the doggo. For the puppers.
Gonna deport this guy from the island of Taiwan and send him to the mainland. Garrison, 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 garrison. Christian, go up to Bahori. Unfortunately, the railway system is trash, so I didn't get to do that in one turn. Now we'll take 2 turns. And then all of the other people are doing their thing. All of the missionaries are going places and all that. Next turn you'll have the Red Cross built, finally.
Fucking finally.
We're going and doing
Alright,
their things. We got all the missionaries going places and doing stuff. Getting Islam's continue to be spread up
In
there.
109 turns.
What? What's 109 turns?
Avarga gets a guy.
Yeah. In 19 turns, Toshali will get a guy, though. Just look at that number instead.
Ah, okay. I thought it was telling me I have to wait 109 turns for my next great person.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Save, and I'll show you the actual turnage for the great people.
Songju will get one in 3.
So in 19, Toshali, 28, Baldrum, although it's not actually be 28, because in 19 turns you get that, the bar will get farther. So in 19, you'll get one in Toshali, and then probably another 30 or so after that, but then you'll have, like, fucking 4 great people in a row that are going to be really close to each other.
Lovely.
And then you'll have, like,
Lovely.
another 30 turn gap, and then you'll have another bunch that are all grouped together.
Lovely. We love it. We love to see it. We love it when great people happen.
You're working on repeating rifles. You got a good amount of money built up, so probably next turn you could probably
making a
end
good
up...
amount of money.
Next turn you probably could end up increasing your budget.
Oh my god, I'm making good money and I have a lot of money. Oh my god,
You're
I
making
love
good
it when
money,
the
you have
markets are
money,
free.
Your GDP is strong. You have the
Markets
second
are
you have the
free.
second largest GDP in the world, actually.
The markets are free. So much money for me.
Why
Tell me
do I
why
care
would I
about
care
peace
for
and
peace
love?
and love?
The community airport. I'm getting those airports built, man. Getting those airports built. Laboratory. Hey, that reminds me, I was gonna build Lublanka. I was going to officially establish the world's greatest secret police force ever seen.
Do it.
Because I had a great engineer get made. Yeah, I remember that now. Make the obelisk, and then make the tavern, and then make this.
I gotta reset up the taco stand for Rissa. So when she gets home, she can have tacos.
Invictus.
We
Buy a
all
whole
love
taco stand.
tacos. Hmm? Yes, I have a whole taco stand in my house, Tyler.
Oh my
I
god.
have a whole taquera. I have a whole taquera.
I knew it was gonna do it. I knew it was gonna do it. I knew it was gonna do it. Okay, we can fix.
Yay,
we can fix him
make
now.
my things!
Mhm. Well, you're fine. What the hell you got going on? It's been fine the whole time.
I don't know. Hold on. What?
I'm gonna
I don't
give
know.
you a fucking bop on the top of your head with a spoon.
Hold on.
No.
Yeah, actually, I don't see my mouse at all. What the
Well,
is
you wouldn't
going
see your
on?
mouth. You're moving. You're moving. You're a moving man.
Okay, let me.
You keep frightening me because you keep
I know,
scrolling
let me
over
move it
things
real
and you're gonna
quick.
press buttons.
Okay, so my mouse isn't showing up on my computer for some reason, and I
What
think
have
that's
you
making
done
me
to
not
it?
able to click. I don't know. X.
Well, theoretically, it's like everything in the game has a fucking hotkey to it, but
Oh, and yeah, and I
You
can't
ain't gotta
go
learn
over.
that.
And I can't go over to click the parsec button. So I can't even exit out of parsec. Well, what the hell is going on?
oh, we have to deal with you having a goddamn conniption fit over there.
Hold on.
Start your PC.
I'm not
No,
gonna
that'll
restart
take
my PC.
forever.
I am not gonna restart my PC. I'm just forcing myself out of parsec. Because maybe parsec just needs a good solid restart on my end.
If it's not picking it up, I'm hyperventilating.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, you're
I'm
still
knock
here,
on
but
the
you're
door.
also there, but you're here.
Oh.
Wait. Ooh, I'm just gonna remove that one. That's a doppelganger.
I'm gonna keep you in the small window because I don't need the big window.
I kicked the doppelganger. Okay, doppelganger.
Doppelganger.
I got rid of him. I didn't like
Let's
him.
hopefully it works fine now.
Made me think I did wrong and I didn't. You always make me think I did wrong when I didn't.
I would be happy to explain the confusion from last time, though.
God damn it.
My confusion came from It was the phrase, "We intend to be in town till 1 p.m."
Mm-hmm.
And before having stated that we were going to meet up in town at 1 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the confusion came from. Because I
Mhm.
then thought I needed to be at the meeting place before 1 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Well, the idea would be we'd meet at 1 and then go. Mm-hmm. As opposed to meeting around, just sitting around for an unknown period of time.
I got to see my friends yesterday. That doesn't get to happen often anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. When I'm
I
done with
enjoyed you.
school at the age of 35, I will be able to start hanging out with my friends again.
Yay, we'll be 40, Fred.
No, we won't be 40 yet. We'll still have a half a decade before then.
Like, don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Goon.
It's fine.
I need to build the security
Best
bureau
days are
first.
behind us now.
Let's see, I need
Not
to build the
true.
security bureau first. Then I can.
People
build
have
the
loads of
Rico.
fun post 40.
You know, but our youth will be gone.
Mm-hmm. Would be withered husks.
You will not be withered husks at 35.
I
you're
will.
You're not proper old until you're 45. 45 is proper old.
Keep kicking that goddamn can down the road.
You're as young as you feel, young man.
It's the George Carlin bit where it's like you look in the mirror, it's like I'm getting older, which implies you have more old to get. You see, where if you say old, that means you're about to die any day.
My dad always had a good little joke about it where he was saying at 20 he thought 30 was old, and at 30 he thought 45 was old, and then at 45 he realized he was just old.
Oh, where's the there we go.
So that's
My
why
bomber
I now
force.
say.
I curse your dad to be as old as my dad.
I mean, he's not much younger than your dad.
I don't know. Tyler's dad is fucking saw Moses.
Because your dad's what, 70?
I think? Yeah?
Your dad's only 8 years older than mine.
No way.
He's
He would
older than
be-
70.
I think he's 75 now?
Oh, is he 75?
I think?
You should know this, Tyler. My dad's 62.
He was born in 1950.
Oh, then he's only 4
75.
years older than. And then he's. Oh wait, no, hold on, I did my math wrong. Then he is 13 years older than my father.
I was about to say we're way off because I remember seeing your dad not too terribly long ago, and he did not look that old to me.
Yeah,
He is a young, spry lad.
Mm-hmm.
Your father is 13 years older than my father, so still, really, in retrospect, not that much older than him. My dad.
One has passed the the international like fucking life expectancy, and one is not qualified for Social Security yet. There's a big difference there.
Qualifies next year.
I'm just saying.
Or is it
I curse-
65?
Anyway, your
65.
dad grows 13 years in one day.
Well, I mean, again, he'd still have a good trek before I'd have to worry about him actually.
My
dying.
parents were like
You got, like, a 10
my
years
parents were like babies when they had me. And I sometimes think of when I was a kid and looking at them, it's like, you're old. And I'm like, they were like fucking 21 years old.
Yeah, I was.
They were not even.
I was 20. I just turned 23 when Landon was born. And
Yeah,
At
my
the
parents would have been 23.
and at the time, both at the time and looking back, I'm always just like, I was way too young
Yes.
to be having a child.
I think people should have children at around 30. I think that's a good age.
You know, honestly, my thought was around. Well, my mind went around like 27. I was like, I could. At 27, I was like, this would have been the peak time.
Most peak.
Now, I mean, in fairness, though, I'll be young grandpa. I'll have plenty of time to be with my grandbabies.
You'll be like exactly how my parents are, where I'm my age now, and both of them are like, I'm old. And it's like, no, you're fucking not. You're just making up excuses to make me do things. There's like, I'm old, I can't move. It's like, you're not even. It's like, you're the same age as the person I just saw, like, do a fucking goddamn, like, sporting event the other day.
Like, I do think of it all the time. Whenever Landon's 21, I'll have just turned 44, and that's awesome. Because I'll still be able to, like, hang out with my son.
Yeah.
And then he'll have kids, and then he'll be like, Dad, you're way better to my kids than you ever were to me. And I'll be like, yeah, it's because I wasn't emotionally ready to have you, bud.
You'll have the medieval dadism where your son will have grown up to be an adult and you're still out working the field and not laying down in bed.
End war or end civilization.
This is the biggie. You have access to the modern Air Force. You have fighters, tactical bombers, and strategic bombers, and then you need to build the airport in every city.
I'm sorry, I'm reading +1 trade route here.
+1 trade route, plus increase trade, foreign trade income, increase trade income in general. It also increases the currency value of towns even further than they've ever been. It's actually like very similar to the trade fair building we got in the Middle Ages, except it could be built everywhere, not just in 3 cities. And it's actually better than the trade fair building as well. The security bureau would be very nice, given the fact that you currently have attempts on your life that have been happening lately.
What?
You have to discover the proletarian dictatorship. Your people are gonna get thoughts first.
Yeah, I was gonna either get that anyway. So
that will give you access to the 5-year plan if you want it.
What do I get?
You get communism.
You get
In
communism.
You have a communist utopia.
And then?
The 5-year plan specifically makes it to where all of your machine tool factories generate more production, all your craftsmen generate more production, and rushing stuff costs 50% cheaper.
I'm just waiting for the good part. Go on.
The fucking rushing stuff 50% cheaper? What are you talking about? That's huge. It's like something that would cost 8,000 gold to rush becomes 4,000 gold.
But
like,
democracy!
Yeah, who even cares?
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit saying, who cares?
I care. I don't want to let go of my democracy either. I'll probably get labor unions. I'll be a little socialist. I'll be a little bit socialist, but...
Communism also gives a big boost to military unit production.
We'll have labor unions, and we'll probably have free healthcare, but, you know, I don't want to be full communist.
Gives a 25% production boost.
Yeah, I understand that, Alex, you little devil in my ear.
While also increasing your production levels to levels unseen before by science. And don't forget the collective farms.
Something great and drastic would have to happen. Oh, let me just get
Alex
this
is
going.
the devil in my ear.
Yeah, every city not building an airport needs to be building an airport.
Let's see. Well,
like every city, like if a city's working on
wealthy
or whatever,
places,
yeah, they need to stop doing that because the airports are fucking fantastic.
Okay, Alex, here we go. I'm gonna click save. I don't feel like it.
It's unlikely.
I feel like it crashing.
It's unlikely.
It could though. It still could.
Well, I say it's unlikely to crash during your turn because it just crashed for mine, and you're fresh. You're fresh. It hasn't It hasn't had the information build up to cause such a thing.
The Fresh Prince
of Bel Air.
This
Did
thing
you know
needs
they made
all
a
kinds of things.
They made a drama. They made a drama recreation of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
I know, it's insane.
I can't even fathom. It's like, why would you remake it and then it's not a comedy?
It's the exact thing I've been complaining about. Like, I mentioned it on Discord like a year ago, and then ever since I put word to it, it's like, this thing that's stupid that happens, like, oh, it's that thing again, where it's people wanting to do something, but being too coward to create their own IP, so they're just grabbing an IP that exists and fucking murdering it, and just doing their own thing with it.
Like, I would understand remaking Fresh Prince of Bel Air,
It's the
just
problem
like
with Star Wars.
Like, I would totally get it. It's like, oh, let's remake Fresh Prince of Bel Air, you know? It's like, just, you know, redo it.
Instead of
That'd be
fucking
fine.
venturing out on the scary path of creating your own IP and making it successful, it's like, let's take an established IP that people know and let's do our own goddamn thing with it. It's like, no, you intellectually bankrupt, vicious murderers.
Mm-hmm. They took the racism out of my stall.
They did more than that, okay. 13 people entered a room with different ideas of different sci-fi things to make, and then they spray painted
they
Star
said-
Wars on the side of the van that they made.
Oh.
There we go. I have to change my budget a little bit.
Yeah, I'd
That's
say
a
so.
bit much.
It's a bit much. There
There we go.
Unfortunately, the airport's an extraordinarily expensive building, by the way, as you can see.
I'll wait.
But it is beautiful. It is a beautiful thing.
Because I had to buy
It'll
a bunch
be
of
the flight
sour
revolution.
I think after the airports, the next big economic fucking boost happens with the invention of the television.
Cream. But a big old tub
Yeah.
of the sour creme, and because
And then
I
we
had
can
to
use the
buy that-
hypno ray. And
Because I
the
had-
grease will win.
TV does, in fact, make people less angry about war. Because you could spread the Fox News propaganda into their brain.
And because I had to buy the sour cream, I now also have a box of
Photography
stroganoff
is
to
truth.
make later
And
this
cinema
week.
is truth 24
Because I
times
have
a
the
second.
sour cream, I bought the big jug of the sour cream.
The Germans finally are going to have films now. They're going to have to build those all throughout their lands.
I do finally hear defense. I heard
Mm-hmm.
Nike for the longest time.
They are saying
I hear
defense,
Hitler!
but I also
Hitler!
hear Hitler when they say it.
I'm hearing Nuremberg.
I finally
ordered
hear
Volksturm to be
defense.
made. There we go.
Der Vulcan, der Deutenfausten.
Invictus. Say that. I'm going to assume Willie wanted to keep the city in. Oh, that one got. I'm
He
going
is
to
here now, he's
assume.
muted.
Oh, is he here? Because I
He
asked
is
him a
here, I
question
believe.
earlier and it didn't happen.
I am here now.
Do you want to keep the city
Yay!
in Greenland when you take it?
I do.
Okay. That's what I need to know imminently.
So far away.
If there's anything worth keeping in the other city that they have established on Greenland, I want that one too.
It's so far away.
Haben Sie einen Plan?
I posted a real IRL loading screen that says characters with high charisma and low intelligence have a special ability to launch a flurry of platitudes at the opponent when they are
did see
losing an
that.
argument.
Mhm.
That did make me chuckle. You
I don't know who that politician is, but he looks like a politician. Alex would know.
I can't look at it at the moment. I don't have my phone next to me.
Where'd you put your phone?
I don't know, and I'm sitting here and I have Jackie on my lap. And
But he'll do something that he'll throw him out of the room anyway.
no, he's sleeping right now. I have Jackie on my lap, and I'm streaming, and I'm playing as like 5 people, and so it's like, fuck it. It wasn't next to me when I sat down, so it doesn't exist.
Oh, that's Jordan B. Peterson.
Ah, that would answer that.
That is the that's the model for this this fucking screen.
He's a right winger.
Of course he is.
He just did one of those Jubilee videos yesterday or something like that. Where like 20
Jubilee.
people come up to try and debate him or some shit.
Jubilee. Well, I oughta goddamn Cypriot him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's time for the Germans to start their films. Do the film studios want to be in Breslau or Berlin?
Stehe zu Diensten.
Do they give happiness, money? What do they
It
give?
gives +1 money, it gives access to films, a free craftsman. Can have more artists in the city. It's called the UFA, by the way. I'm guessing that's the 1920s films. The Metropolis, all that.
I would say put it in Breslau.
Karl Marx will invent films.
Not him.
Karl
He's
Marx.
so preachy.
Karl Marx has been put in charge of German film industry. Alright, time to get everybody off of wealth, because we now need to build cinemas everywhere.
Time to become cinematastic. Time to become cinnamon.
It's time for my science budget to take a small dip for a little bit.
I curse you, Willie, to have a spoonful of cinnamon down your throat
Oh,
with
it's
nothing
actually
to
kind of
wash it down with.
Penis.
It can actually burn you. There were people who were in the hospital for that one cinnamon challenge thing.
That's what I was thinking of. It's so fucking stupid.
It is stupid. I curse you with an iron lung.
Oh wait, do I have my lung made of iron, or am I in the iron lung?
You are in the iron lung, and you must use the iron lung.
I remember seeing a documentary not that long ago about like the last iron lung that someone's still currently using.
I don't think that people are using those very much anymore, huh?
There's like one left. And it's like a combination of them having a very specific issues and them growing attached to having life of the iron lung and being unwilling to change because they've had it their entire life for like 60 years or something like that. And they're like, I don't even know how to live without this anymore.
Just get out of it, and you look like Dr. House in there now.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible they couldn't even properly walk anymore at that point.
No, they'd be too atrophied, right?
Probably, unless they do like kind of physical therapy.
I watched this like 3 years ago, so I don't remember how current it is, and I don't remember what it was called. So that information is long lost.
I know the documentary you're talking about, though.
Long lost cuneiform tablet information.
Oh.
I know of it as well, but I've never seen that.
Here.
I've not heard nor seen of this.
You do this. You're doing all that.
Really fall down.
He's in a fucking.
No one putting chairs down.
He's in a submarine. That's where he is.
Oh yeah.
That was him going. He was ordering them to deep dive, and they went down. I could even hear the doo doo as they went down.
You can hear the fucking sonar.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta do the crash dive drills.
Did you know if you're
Otherwise,
underwater
how
next
are
to
they
a
gonna-
modern submarine and it's doing the doo doo doo, that can kill you?
Yeah, really loud.
Like
apparently,
the loud intensity of it's so significant that the sonic waves can like rupture your organs. Very rude to naval life, just like sea life, maritime life.
you
very
get a lot
rude.
of chum next to you
Mm-hmm.
for a moment.
No good. Don't like it. Make me unhappy.
But how else are we gonna nuke people?
Fucking figure it out,
Whales
goddammit.
can do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Just ours are at an enormous magnitude.
Mhm.
I think if you're that deep to a submarine,
goddamn
where
it.
you got more issues though. More
Well,
pressing
no.
issues.
It can, because the reason this came up in my mind was that I was seeing a thing. It's like people scuba diving off the coast of Australia, and they were hearing they heard like a weird distant noise, and they look and they thought it was a whale, but no, it was a submarine, and it just like got near them, and it caused panic, and it's like, oh, it's because if they get too close when it's doing that doo doo doo, it'll just kill them.
Isn't that weird?
Hey, Spooner. No, I don't want to hold you right now.
Father.
I wanna hold your hand. And then
Father.
whenever these cinemas get going, the Germans can start discovering mass art.
I want.
Father, I have something very
I don't even
important
have
to
any
tell you,
idea.
Father.
It's got Marilyn Monroe on it.
Spooner makes demands when he wants love, and he's
I
big
want
enough that
love, and I want to make love, Father.
This was the
Father.
5th year anniversary of the fucking proletariat October Revolution, I should point out.
his size makes it to where he is able to make those demands known. Hi, Spooner.
Samuel, I really need to come.
I am his father. He does not call me Samuel.
Father!
Samuel.
Father! Father Samuel.
Master
my priest
Samuel,
and my father.
make me come.
Oh, I can make tanks too.
Father,
make early
I
tanks.
really need to
So
come.
you're in the period where modern cavalry and tanks are intermingled.
Ah, okay. So when I get proper tanks.
When you get proper tanks, the modern cavalry will upgrade into tanks. The current early tanks only have one movement. They obliterate archery units, they obliterate melee units, they kill gunpowder units, and they also obliterate fucking machine guns. But they can't move through jungle or swamps, and they can't take cities. They physically cannot see cities, even if there's no units in them.
Do they also upgrade into tanks
Yeah.
when it's time?
And the armored cars upgrade into light tanks, by the way. The early tanks upgrade to medium tanks. Same with the modern cavalry, they upgrade to medium tanks. And then the armored cars become light tanks. And then the medium tanks end up becoming advanced. And then the light tanks become advanced. And then eventually we get just the universal tanks once we get to the Cold War times.
MPTs.
Mm-hmm.
Taiwan has made the Red Cross.
I think the German early medium tank is a Panzer III. And then the late medium tank is either a Panther or a Panzer IV. I can't remember.
A Jew has been created.
Mm-hmm, very good.
We built him. He's fresh out the Jew factory.
Mm-hmm. It looks like
Comes
that
out of the
fucking...
womb. Oink, oink.
It looks like that goddamn synagogue that was in when I was playing Sherlock Holmes. Where I looked at it, it did just look like a goddamn factory that they all went to and met in.
Here in Multan, we shall make some tanks. We will send them by rail up to the Russian front.
I wonder what your tank looks like.
Probably
Like
Soviet.
Your early tank. It doesn't have anything.
Early.
I see. That's like that's a Whippet tank. That's not the. That's another British tank. But it's not the famous Mark IV. They had another tank they called the Whippet tank, called because it went so quote unquote fast. It went like 6 miles an hour. You see.
Oh my god.
It whipping around. But yeah, it's called a Whippet tank. That's what that was. The British concept of a light tank. I saw it in the little building queue whenever he was constructing them earlier.
Oh. I want to see it in the picture. I don't remember what a Whippet tank looks like.
So I gotta go back to Multan because
It's if I remember right, it has like
It's
a
right,
turreted type situation. If you open up the actual city menu, there you go, in the very bottom left.
Yeah, yep, that's that.
It's a Whippet tank.
It's got the lean back design.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go into Paliputra. And they shall make an armored car.
The tank design from Halo is real shit, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't care how iconic that tank is. It's fucking terrible.
About to have my first proper armored division.
I don't think that the Scorpion tank from Halo would be capable of turning without great difficulty.
I know, right?
Like, whenever I think
I'm
about
like, how
it,
is this fantasy machine running?
I think it would have horrible time turning. I think it would probably be really top-heavy, because its turret is gargantuan. And imagine it in urban combat with how long its barrel is. Its barrel sticks
got four
out.
different treads. Each quote-unquote leg of the tank has its own tread.
The 4 treads make me really doubt the ability to turn part. Because there's like a thing with tread design where it's like length and width are important, and the actual width of the Scorpion tank treads is pretty narrow in comparison to how gargantuan it is. And I don't think it can turn. I don't think it can turn. I think it's really top-heavy, which means that if it probably was going up a hill, it'd just fall right down the hill. I don't think it could be in an urban environment because the barrel sticks out well beyond the end of the tank.
I think it does. No, you might be right. I don't remember. I don't know off the top of my head. I never really looked at the barrel.
So, at one point in time, this is another funny British tank, right? There was that time, right after World War II, where the Soviets were making tanks that were monstrous, and the Allies didn't really know how to handle them. And so the Brits were like, what if we just made the biggest fucking gun imaginable and put it on a tank? And they basically literally took a naval gun and put it on a tank. And they only made one copy of this. But the cannon they put on it was so big that they were like, you cannot fire it from the side. Like, if the tank was to sit there and you turn the turret to the side, it would flip the tank.
Why even have a turret at that point then?
I don't know. The British didn't really like the casement like design thing that the Germans were super into with the Stug and everything. The British never bought into that concept. In fact, when I think about it, I can't recall any of their vehicles doing that.
They're like, fuck this whole thing, damn it.
Because even their tank destroyer type vehicles, like the Sherman Firefly, they were turreted. So I can't think of any examples of them having a casement like the Germans liked, and the Soviets liked as well.
A priest?
That's American.
No. Yeah, you're right.
It's American and artillery.
It's an M3 priest. Or M1.
Based off of the Grant Stroke Lee tank. You cut the top off and then you can... Because once we started developing Shermans...
World War II, as an American officer, I yell at you and I say, give me the M1. What do you do?
Oh, fuck. No good. No good.
I hold out my hand and I say, give me an M1.
I gotta go in the garage for that. Yeah, American...
Do you give me keys or do you give me a gun?
I was about to say, it's like, yeah, American naming system, no good. No good at all.
Do you give me a ration? Do you give me a flask? Do you give me a helmet?
When you
What
compare
do you give me?
both the German and like Italian naming schemes and stuff like that make way more sense. Way more sense. You have the British who are like, let's come up with funny words for ours. The Germans have thing's name. We then have the iteration of thing that is named, and then we have the iteration of the iteration. So you have Panzer, which is the thing's name, 4, which is the iteration of Panzer, and then it's like G, which is the iteration of the Panzer 4. Simple.
Whatever the G is.
Easy. Well, that's just ABCD. It's like it just goes into that. The idea being that you wouldn't have more than 20 plus iterations of the same design like that. And then if you get really
Variants.
complex, they have the L, which that gets more into the L is barrel length. So easy peasy. The Italians is even easier.
Where was this guy going?
I was just putting him to the mainland. He was born on the island of Taiwan, and I figured you'd want him to be not on the island of Taiwan. So I was just sending him to the mainland. But yeah, the Italians, like for tank design and stuff like that, they just have, is it light, medium, or heavy? Although an Italian heavy tank is everybody else is a medium tank. So if it was a quote-unquote...
I think they would call a super heavy tank.
I don't know. But I know that their version of... It's like, this is the Italian version of the Tiger was like the same tonnage as a Panther. But, so a heavy tank for them would be P, which is for the Italian word for heavy. And then after that, they just have the year that it was adopted. So if it was like P44, and then it'd be a slash next to it. And then it'd be like 01, 02, 03. So if it was the first version of this new tank that was adopted in 44, it'd be like P44/01. Easy peasy. And then the Americans are just crazy insane. I hate them. They're like, it's the A30709. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, don't you know what that means?
It's like, oh, okay, go fuck yourself.
Here's the first model of what?
I know.
Model 1.
It's
Sure.
model 1060302. It's like, go fuck yourself. And then the English is like, that's a Sherman. That's what that is. That's what we're calling that. You fuck off with your nonsense.
At least they were
The only
nice
thing
enough to
that
still
Brit
name
did
them
is
after
any good.
At least they were nice enough to still name them after American generals.
Well, no, listen. Oh, let's get into that. You say nice.
Let's talk about the
So
lead.
let's talk about the generals. So the British started naming the tanks, right? And the Americans like, yeah, we'll name them after them. We started naming them after Confederates. And so,
Oh, sure.
fucking why?
So here we go. The name Sherman, that's not our name. That's a British name. We sent the British the Lee tank, and the British are like, that seems gross. We're gonna call that the Grant tank. So if you see that tank, it's called a Grant. That's British. If you see that tank, it's called a Lee. That's American.
Well, at least we realized that they did the better job.
We eventually, because the soldiers, they're like, I'm going to call it a model 196-825-30E or whatever, or I can call it a Sherman. And so it caught on that way. But it took us forever. It wasn't until like 1943 where we decided to give up our stupid naming convention and just adopt the British one, just call it a Sherman. It's really sad. I don't know what drugs we're smoking. We still do that.
We were fine. We came up with a consolidation. We said M4 Sherman, and then everyone's like, "Shut up, sure."
It's no good. No good. And then we started coming up with our own nicknames for tanks after we decided we were going to do the whole nickname thing. We started coming up with nicknames that actually made no sense. Like the Easy 8. That's not a general. We just completely ignored the naming system that was assigned.
Look, it's an easy tank, and it's gonna go right down the 8-ball express.
It's going to go down the 8-ball express and it's going to get them. Electric substation.
Staring. Is that a good thing?
What?
Cat staring at me.
Licking her lips. Get that, and
I will slow blink at her.
the best thing is to slow blink at her, and then if she slow blinks back. I like whenever you do a staring contest with a cat, and they look you dead in the eyes, and after a while they'll blink one at a time, like one eye at a time. It's like, you fucking cheater.
And then you scream, "Ha! I win!" And then they blink real loud after fucking screaming. That's what I do with Mimi. I scared the shit out of her.
What are you doing?
I've never done that.
What are you doing back here? You are to be neither seen nor heard, cat. Okay? Like a good child. Neither seen nor heard.
Like how we want to see children in movies.
Like how they describe
off screen.
Like how they describe the perfect children in Arrested Development, neither seen nor heard.
I want to hear them being mentioned of.
You just let me know when you're done eating, and then I'll put everything up.
All right.
No, Sam.
Not you, Tyler.
Oh shit.
You don't get food.
I'm gonna go get me food now.
In fact, Tyler, have you eaten dinner yet?
No.
Did you say no?
I don't know if he said no. If he said, oh! I don't know if he was making his, I gotta get up noises.
Because if you have, go vomit it. No food for you.
How rude.
Don't purge yourself.
I really should not be making any mayor's offices in these cities because I have access to
I'm not
government
rude,
officials.
Mains. I am dealing out just punishment to Tyler. God tells me it's good.
Do that.
قول لي اعمل ايه؟
Hand report. Dinner is good.
I think I'm going to invade Indochina next. I think they're my next
job.
victims.
Can't wait to finish off Japan. It's gonna be so great when
My
they're gone.
first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of the city, the commerce city over here, and then I'm gonna found. Well, I'm not sure if I'll be able to found it. If I move quick, I might be able to found a city here in like the 1 turn time allotment I'll have.
Gotta be quick like bunny.
Before the Japanese take over the whole region. And then shortly after that, we'll get rid of the Japanese. But I need to reorganize. I got a lot of shit I gotta reorganize before that happens, though. Because the conquests of the Indonesia, big chunks of Indonesia is a fucking logistical mess.
If only Japan had not attempted to shut off my sea lane, they could have gotten to live. But
Yeah.
they were dumb.
Yeah. Sam's ready for bed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What could I possibly be talking about?
Just because I yawn does not mean I am exhausted.
أنا جاهز للتحرك. محتاج إيه؟
Past the brink.
أكيد. جاهز لتلقي الأوامر.
Bless you?
Soul cult.
Was that a hiccup? A burp hiccup. I bet it didn't. I bet it did not feel good. But I love making you laugh.
Alright, something I haven't done is I haven't thought out how I'm actually going to do this invasion. You're gonna go from there. I think I'm gonna land troops up on this island, land troops here all at once, and then I'll have troops do a land crossing here. I might even have troops come in from your border.
That would be fine.
Because you're gonna do that, so I don't care about that. And I can take this, raise it. I don't need this sign up here because it's already been done. See, I can go up there, raise that, take that, raise that, seize this, and then start pushing troops in through the port, and then take that city and that city, and then it'll be over as quick as possible. As quick and as painless as possible. Problem is I'm still just trying to get fucking workers over here. I need to, like, increase my troop transports in the area, and I also need to increase my just general naval power in the area, because like, getting to and fro is getting hard. Or at least getting to and fro in a reasonable amount of time.
جاهز لتلقي الأوامر.
Yeah, I need to surge people here. Let's figure you out. Alright, so you're gonna get this. You don't... You can have that, but not that. So you can have that. This can stay a town. You can have that. You can have that. This is good. You can keep the windmill. Like that town, you can have... There you go. We're gonna start growing. So we'll have that town, that. We'll probably... We'll seed that to the new city later on.
Hello, Spooner.
We'll have production that, production
Oh my
that.
gosh, look at you. Big, beautiful boy. You got chunky belly now because you just ate.
You got that.
Yes. You got chunky belly. You got chunky belly.
These will be
Look
ready
at
in
that
a couple
chunky belly.
turns.
I'm gonna rub it. I'm gonna rub that chunky belly. I remember when you were a little puppy and you would eat and your belly would go, it would grow. And then you would poop and it would shrink. It
Stay
was
honest.
adorable. Oh.
Stelianos. Stelianos.
Stelio cantos. Stelio. Stelio cantos.
Stelio?
Stelio. Stelio.
Stelio. Stelio. Oh, me chanting Stelio's getting my cat's attention. Stelio?
Spooner is also becoming
Stelio? Stelio?
perturbed.
Every time
Stelio!
every time I say Stelio, it makes my cat's like head like he like bobs it up and down. Stelio? Stelio.
Stelio. Tyler has betrayed us.
Stelio!
Stelio! Stelio!
Oh. Oh.
Hello, Spooner. Oh, do
Hello,
you want to be
Jackie.
Stelio now, Spooner?
For some reason, the chanting Stelio summoned my cat. Now he's in my lap. I'm rubbing his head and he's purring. I'm gonna start his turn. Because he decided to get up and take a shit or something.
I don't like that noise it's making.
You don't like the electronics?
No.
There's the broadcast tower.
Oh, I thought the game was crashing.
No. There's electronics.
Hi, Spooner. What are you looking for, buddy? What are you looking for? You looking for something? What? You're looking at me like you know where it went. Oh. I don't know. Guess we gotta.
Did you guys hear
Guess we'll
my
have to go.
doorbell?
Guess we'll have to go toy shopping. I guess you'll need to get new toys.
What was that horrid
I think the bedroom
sound?
door is closed also, so he might have a toy in there that he can't get to right now.
Sophia. Oh my god. Sophia.
Why is there a fucking mess?
I don't know. We started chanting Stelio a lot, and it summoned all of our animals. We don't know why, but and so I decided to
You
do
need
his
to take your
turn.
potty, buddy. You gotta go potty, buddy.
We waited a decent amount of time.
Mama's just gonna take you potty, okay? Oh, careful, buddy.
Um,
Well, I need to buy you some grippy socks, Spooner.
I like that you talk to your dog as if he's a child.
He is a child.
I do the same.
I talk to Jackie like he's a grown man.
Well, but Spooner is a child. He's only 2.
I've always talked to Jackie as if he is a grown adult.
I've never actually looked inside the machine. I'm just looking at it.
If Spooner was a human, he'd still only be 14.
If Jackie was a human, he'd be like fucking in his 60s.
He's just a happy dog. He's the happy. Yeah. Just a happy dog. I'm just a happy dog.
There's more string in here too that we can use. Yeah, I'd have to cut the zip tie to get it out.
I like how your
there's a
sports
decent amount
stadium
of
Williams Sports
not
Stadium.
nearly as much as I've done
His
now.
big football stadium
And that's
looks
for
like
maybe
a
one or
big
two.
green jewel inside of his cities.
Mm-hmm. It is the big field. Probably playing soccer.
It's for the football.
It's for football.
Apparently, the term soccer is a British term.
Ah!
Soccer is short for association football.
They have cursed themselves with their own language.
And they just decided at some point that no, it's football because we're European.
I think that's another France. Where France like, it is football. Idiot.
I mean, it is. It is the ball you play with the foot.
It is the football. Moron. In that very French way.
Like, America is just like,
Okay.
but we pick up the ball and run it with our feet. That's why it's football.
I'm not
And it,
a million% clear on why we call our thing football. I mean, I can divorce my mind from a lot of fucking logic and make myself believe it. But, like, as a snap judgment, it is a bit of a stretch.
well, let's just look into it.
A weird game that's supposed to simulate warfare becomes football.
Ihre Befehle? Wie Sie befehlen. Rücken Sie auf!
God damn you, you monster. That. In 9 turns, the Germans will figure out how to fly planes.
Alright, they're back.
I had to do your turn.
Sorry, I
We-
had to go potty.
I knew it! Mongol.
Reading through the Wikipedia page about football. Football.
Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na.
My foreskin is no longer on. How fast could you build an armored car? Really tank? Armored car? We will build another. Shall build another armored column out of here, because I'd rather you make units than just generate wealth.
Mongolians are gonna have so many armor divisions. You're making proper armor divisions, and then whenever we upgrade our cavalry into them, you're gonna have so many extras over there too.
I know.
You'll
it's
have so
gonna be
many tanks.
beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. I want to invest in the mechanized side of warfare now, so that way I'm just upgrading and have plenty of good units for it, and you know, men can always be summoned to the line. It takes time to build machines.
I don't know why, but whenever I rub Jackie's nose, he yawns. He's pretty consistent about it too. And I think he likes it because he starts pushing his nose really hard into my hand when I'm doing it. Why does that make you yawn? Kato. He's like yawned like twice in a row while I was doing it.
I don't know.
Kitty cat, why does it make you
Microplant.
yawn?
He doesn't know.
The Greeks got a great merchant. The city of Roma.
Roma.
Major defense forces are being built up. Lovely day, glorious day. I can start once again making proper armies too soon, so that'll be great. Get rid of these stupid, goddamn, stupido fucking goddamn pieces of shit grenadiers. Goddamn stupid.
You'll get proper assault troops then.
Probably have to start rethinking the composition of the armies.
Yeah.
So
Armored cars and stuff like that, they give, armored cars and tanks give new, buffs. They give breakthrough aid and combined arms aid. We start, the mobility aid upgrade that cavalry gives, that gets phased out entirely.
the Jew.
Just like how assault aid is also starting, getting phased out. Because right now the only thing that gives assault aid is the stormtroopers in World War One, and then that goes away.
Scabusco. My foreskin is no longer my own. My foreskin is not on my dong.
At Toshali, oh, those might be Kemet farms. I remember that during those turns where I was administering you, not this session, but last session, I remember I was doing it a bit too. There was that one time where you weren't here. I was trying my best to modernize India. India has been very neglected. And like that pancake farm down there, southeast of Toshali, that needs to just be replaced. It has no benefit.
It's culturally important.
Get rid of it and drive the tractor
It will
over
be
it.
culturally appropriated.
It will be tractored.
I think the war with Japan will be the last ride of the Mongolian horsemen.
Yeah. I just need to get some of my... I need to establish the new occupational administration of the part of Indonesia I took over in rapid form, and then I need to get the soldiers in place. And that'll probably be my last conflict with World War I standard weapons. I'll probably put off going to the war with the Indonesians again until I get into World War II times. Then I'll be doing marine naval landings and shit, which means that the port cities they have, I'll just take by direct assault at that point. With naval and air force support. I sent the Varga, the Taoists to a Varga to try to centralize your religions. Make them easier to spread.
The Tao.
What are you missing?
Accepted the Tao.
You need Hinduism. And Zoroastrianism. Yeah, that's it. You need Hinduism and Zoroastrianism in a Varga, and then you'll have at least one copy of every religion centralized. The Maori on the move.
fuck are they sending a battering ram?
They are currently at war with the Germans. Oh. It said, nope, I don't like that. It might have autosaved. I'll have to check. Did the Mongols save during their turn?
No, I forgot.
I don't think forgetting is a thing, so I don't think you don't do it.
I do it sometimes.
It may have it started my turn, so it may have autosaved. We'll see.
I'll just stab myself with Marin's razor. That'll fix it.
I think it autosaves. Well, then you definitely don't want to autosave during your turn. You'll definitely not save during your turn if you've been stabbed with Marin's razor. But I believe it autosaves every other time it's my turn. $748. Nope. That last autosave was $748. So, nope. It'll be whenever I made the decision to do it.
Probably during Willie's turn.
Probably at the end of Willie's turn. I kiss your head, Jackie. What do you think about that? I go,
Yeah.
Jackie, you really like me a lot.
Well, I would hope so.
I have him get away from me sometimes because he could be a little overbearing. Oh, I need to get a new mouse pad. Some of the funny jellies trying to come out.
Arrowhead, where's our Stug?
I don't know. Mongol.
We need it now more than ever.
I know.
I want them to have a proper tank. I don't want the Stug. I want the proper tank.
You want an MBT?
Stug.
I want a Sherman.
You want a turret?
I don't want the turret. That makes it easier, okay? I want it to be complicated, and you have to yell at the gunner has to yell at the driver. It's like, I need you to go. You know,
and while we get airstrike, we're dead. We're dead.
Well, no, I was a great driver.
Maybe there'll be a Top Gun. Maybe there'll be an anti-AA gun.
I fucking goddamn post the clip of me fucking driving the Stug on fucking 2 treads, on one tread on one side at one point.
I wouldn't mind them having the weird tread controls that they had the first
I
game.
love the weird tread controls.
I would want them to
funny
do
sticks.
it
Would he be a driver or would he be the gunner?
I'd be the driver.
Would he be the commander?
Absolutely. I'd be the driver because, well, if it's a Stug, I'm a driver and commander. But
see, here's what I would want. I want it to have a turret, but I would want it to have to require a 4-man team. So you have a driver, a gunner, the turret operator, and a top gunner.
If it has the funny tank controls with the treads independently controlled, then I absolutely am the driver because I'm really good at those. And we know that Jordan isn't because they gave him tank controls one time in one of the Sly Cooper games where the treads operated like that, and it was a nightmare. I saw it. He almost drove off into the abyss many times. There was a lot of screaming.
I would want the main gun to require 2 Helldivers to function properly.
One to fire it and one to reload it.
One to load it? God damn.
Yeah, one to load and fire, the other to.
I think for that,
to load and fire, the other to aim.
I think for that you're fully into assault gun territory, like a martyr tank where there's no top to it, so you can have one person who's firing it, one person who's got the shell. It'd be like loading the Sief artillery, but it's driving around.
It could be like a priest tank. It could be like the priest.
A priest
right?
or
It's
a
got
martyr.
The driver. It has a gun, but it's open
what if
top,
it was both?
and it has a machine gun station on it, and then it has a guy who loads things.
What if it was both? Because what if the loader had to choose between fucking high explosive artillery rounds or armor piercing? And then that's whenever the actual gunner has to choose between arcing it for artillery or going straight ahead, because they have ballistic mechanics in Helldivers too.
Be wonderful. It would be
fun.
We could have a weird open top tank, and
I
then
would love
we could be. in the promotional images, they can have guys doing the salute from inside of it, but also on top of it. You know, you can see
And
the
it
guys
takes
on
the
top of
whole-
him saluting.
And it takes the whole team to run. Though, so like if you call it in, you have committed to being
In the
tank
promotional
crew.
image, where they're like all being badasses in the funny martyr tank, and then there's like an Illuminate jetpack troop right over, and he's dropping a grenade in the top of it on the fucking Helldivers who aren't paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
On the Helldivers who aren't paying attention, and or you have the gun being loaded on the hand of a Helldiver, like in the midst of that, while one of the treads are also coming off.
And then I want it to be able to be restocked and repaired during in game.
No.
Well, here's
no.
the thing. Here's the thing. If you have it repaired, you can do horrible tank repairs. Like, oh, we lost the treads. We gotta repair the treads.
Maybe it could be used to repair other vehicles.
Because you
as
can
well.
make it to where the tank is like practically invulnerable, but it has parts that can break down on it, and then you have to fix them, or else abandon it because a mobility kill has happened.
Maybe repair broken legs on mech.
I don't know about that because I think they have a different design philosophy with mech. Because the Stug was practically indestructible. The only time it was destroyed was because we ran out of ammunition for it and abandoned it.
Or a tread got snapped by like an impaler or something.
It was the
impalers.
impalers. Yeah, because it would get underneath and just tear it to pieces. But 95% of the time when we lost a Stug, it ran out of ammo.
Yeah, welcome to Stuttgart.
I don't even know what they actually called it in the game because I call it Stug
I
so
don't either.
often.
It was just the
Because
Stug.
it was a Stug. It was Sturmgeschütz 4, to be exact. Or maybe even a Jagdpanzer.
Yeah, it was a Stug.
Okay, good. I was worried they were gonna murder that Jew. String him up.
Or they can give us our own little personal Hetzer tanks. Nice and small. And get them in
Maybe
there.
a two-team weapon,
Yeah,
like a driver gunner.
Yeah, they could do that if they didn't want to do the big team tank.
They can give us a little fucking Renault.
It could be a little fucking Hetzer, and it's like way more vulnerable. It's like impervious on the front, but if it gets hit in the side or back, it's done.
The main reason I wanted it to be a 4-man crew was because I didn't want to have just one person that doesn't get to play in the tank.
Cooperation's fun, but I do think that they anticipate people playing with randos is the problem.
TD 110 Bastion.
The Bastion tank, okay, yeah.
That's what it was.
It was just Doug.
I mean, I would be okay with it being a 3-man crew. You have a driver, a gunner, and a fucking top gunner. I'd be fine with that. But
I like the
would
idea of a
rather
loader
be-
because then you have to deal with.
I do too.
But the reason I like the Stug thing, besides the fact I like the Stug, is because usually Jordan was my gunner and then I was the driver. But since there's no turret, the gunner and the driver have to directly communicate. It's like where
He knows a coax upgrade.
where the gunner, well, it had a little bit of left-right traverse. The Stug did, the turret did. Well, the cannon, not the turret. But the cannon had a little left-right. Is your turn open?
You could do small adjustments, but
Yeah, it was like a 5 degree, something like that. But oh yeah, that was the other way that the Stug would die. Jordan would get excited and fire at targets way too close, and it would fucking blow us ourselves up because of how high explosive and how fucking devastating the cannon was. Because it was like a fucking 100. It's like a 120 millimeter cannon or some shit like that.
I wouldn't mind the HAV coming back either.
I remember the Stug would very commonly kill each other.
You can't get out of the Stug while
Can't
moving.
get out.
That was
Stay in.
you get ran over by the treads and you're done. You're done. You don't get injured, you die. It runs over your toe and then your fucking brain shuts down.
I wouldn't mind the M532 HAV coming back because that one was the That was the APC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That one had the tank. It had an armor-piercing gun, but it was only 90 mm. And then it had
But
the
see,
spawns and machine guns
you
on
were-
it.
But see, you do get to if you have the 4-man crew, you get to replace that
The
whole thing with
Stug-
the
The
between
Stug
the
had a
driver and
machine
the
gun.
gunner. It
The,
did.
sh-
Yeah,
the, the
it
Stug
did.
had a
You had
machine
to
gun
get
that
the upgrade.
the driver
It fired
had
forward,
control over.
and it fired forward.
Mhm.
أنا في انتظار أوامرك.
The rear was not safe.
هي الخطة.
Sometimes
But the thing-
people were trying to get in the gunning seat, and the driver would run them right over.
People needed to announce their presence, okay?
But the discourse between the driver and the gunner gets to get replaced by the gunner and the loader. It's like, I need APC. It's like, no, you get high explosive.
I like the discourse of like Jordan screaming at me that we need to take on a target, but I'm like focusing on the driving aspects. It's like I have to go over here first. Hold on, you know, that whole bit is like that bit was really good, and I like that. It's like my #1 reason I like the whole cannon.
نعم.
I want the troop transport because I can imagine it while you're inside. It does the what's that game called? The one with the bugs in it. But it's
Russian
also
Trooper?
no, not that one. It was the Japanese one with the silly writing.
Oh, EDF.
EDF. Where you're when you're inside the back and you're waiting to be dropped off, and you like the medical one where you just have to look around inside and you're like, oh, this is a box.
Mm-hmm.
This is the box in which I die.
Mm-hmm. You get to do that while you wait to be dropped off. But it'd probably be third person because they didn't do that with the Jeep.
You know, with how much flying stuff is happening, I wouldn't mind a vehicle that flies.
No.
I don't know if you could do that because the game is too oriented for downtown. Wait, no, we won't.
That's to make us suffer. I guess we could have brought the anti-air, like the spread missile launcher thing that was meant for anti-air. We never did.
So the missile sentry can do anti-air. It'll point up and it'll shoot at flyers.
That doesn't. We don't have control over that thing though.
No, but it will point up and it will shoot at flyers.
Right, but you know, what if I had the rocket launcher? What if I was just good enough to fucking hit it?
But you're not.
Also,
see?
which I was good enough to fucking knock one of those fuckers out with a mech.
Which mech though?
The with the missiles.
Oh, okay. Those fire a little bit quicker. You just look up and you go pew.
It has travel time. And that fucker strafing.
Ooh, I have taken one out with a recoilless rifle before. You just gotta lead it. You gotta lead your target.
Mm-hmm.
But you could just have the robot that does it for you. I want my manned mortar.
No.
I will never stop complaining about it.
They've decided that that's idiot.
It was in the first game, the Rumbler.
There was a lot of things in the first game. The Stug we were just talking about in the first game, okay? They don't seem to care about things being in the first game. They haven't thought of it yet. That's what I would keep getting told. They haven't thought of it yet. They haven't thought of the thing that used to exist yet. We're in a dark age where you forget things.
Maybe we'll get a cooler version. Or a worse version, I don't know. Helldiver R&D is a strange thing. A fickle princess.
Pickle bitch.
Pickle bitch.
Fuck off, you picky bitch.
There we go.
Sam, did you put on deodorant?
You're not even here to smell me.
I
What do you
smelled
mean?
you just now. Yeah,
But you didn't.
I did. Just
I
now.
think you're having a stroke is what's happening.
It is a symptom of stroke. False smell.
I was hoping he would be like, "Oh no, yeah, I forgot." He's like, wouldn't think about it.
That's what you do,
Just
Tyler.
self-consciousness that fucking takes over.
Yeah, I
Tyler,
would love
did you
that.
put on deodorant?
I did. Samuel, thank you very
Because it
much.
sounded like you were projecting for a bit there.
No, in fact, I feel like me. I am not projecting, first off. And then the fact that you think I'm projecting makes me think that you're actually projecting onto me.
No, now you're just gaslighting.
Samuel?
Which, no. Now you're just gaslighting. Which
No,
means
you're
William's
just
curse will not
gaslighting.
pick up. Which means William's
I
curse
have a
is about to
shield
pick up.
that makes me immune to that.
So your balls are about to start hurting. And now you're just being a child.
What do you do when your son does that?
Oh, I just ignore him.
To be honest, I think if I was talking to my son and he went at me, I think I would get up and I'd go across the room. I'd get a power drill. I start walking after him while I activate, like powering it up.
Mm-hmm. You get out the spray paint and you start spraying painting above
And
your
then
door, sugar tunnel.
I don't reference it. Okay, but I do have the power drill on, and I resume saying what I was saying.
Very good, as you should. Let's build something cool, like a lab. Yeah, we'll build this. This place isn't growing. Bank, more money. This place needs more food. Did we build agriculture? No, we haven't. We'll build that first.
Have you built an industrial shipyard there yet? You have. It's
Pretty
got
sure
4.
I have by now.
Yeah.
I think I've built that every city at this point that has.
When you build the agricultural
available.
machine depot, it'll be nice and fat.
I think the only place that doesn't have that right now is like some islands that I've colonized recently. Hello, I am Daniel. Spiranios.
Smyrnios, yeah. I think he was originally from Smyrna before moving to Rome.
Hello, I'm gonna be rich.
He's an olive merchant.
I am an olive baron.
He owns Olive Garden.
He does. He says, I will sell this Italian slop to everyone. The breadsticks will never stop.
Breadsticks are tasty.
They are. And they're unlimited there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Okay, I'm just gonna. Samuel, you're about as useful as a jelly teapot, you fucking cunt!
Jelly teapot. That would be hard to pour.
Oh, Dad, it would. I drag a bloody man over to you, Sam. I say, fucking torture him! He's just like, because he's got a gag in his mouth.
Greece, you have some extraordinarily ancient ships out in Polynesia.
Yeah,
You have some steam frigates out here.
I do. I could just disband them.
You could disband them, or you can send them back to fucking Mexico and Brazil and fucking incorporate them into your proper fleets.
Did you ever see that video called The Irish Drinking Song yet?
No.
One of the lyrics is, kill a fucking Englishman and throw him into the River Thames, I think is what it is.
That sounds accurate, yes. The island was ruined by England for like 500 years straight, so...
I'm actually a really good guy in my personal life, so I ripped out all of his organs.
So I can't...
Wir sind dabei.
It was Christmas in Kirkhaven, 1981. The boys were mashing whiskey, and the girls were
Boys.
drinking rum. And through the holly green was hanging, the mistletoe was hung. I couldn't sleep that Christmas till the deed was done. I said, lie-dee-die-dee-die-dee-dum, lie-dee-die-dee-dee. Kill a fucking Englishman and throw him in the sea.
Da-dee-da-dee-da-da-da, with a good rondo. Da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-dum-dee-day. Where do they all come from? That was the Bill Wirtz.
So I stepped out from the party and found a soldier by the dam. I took out both me knuckles and I said, fight me like a man.
I take out me knuckles.
Fight me like a man.
I take out me knuckles.
And he tried to calm me senses, but I was fucking gone. So I took out a fucking hatchet and I cut off both his arms.
Oh.
Nice lad.
Es geht los.
I don't like this man. I think he's a bad man.
And then the chorus happens again where we throw the Englishman into the sea. And then before this next
I don't
part...
remember the Englishman going into the sea. When did the Englishman
like
get thrown in the ocean?
It's okay, okay, I will remind you. Like I said, lie-dee-die-dee-dee-dum, lie-dee-die-dee-dee-dee. I killed a fucking Englishman and throw him in the sea.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was so confused.
Now, before
I didn't
this
know-
next part, just remember, I'm a good guy in my personal life. Verse 3
I
begins.
don't think that's...
So I rip out all of his organs as I curse the queen and king. Me eyes rolled back in me head, and I couldn't feel a thing. And I bet they could hear me screaming down by County Cork. And I said, ah ha 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 ha, lie-dee-die-dee-die-dee-dum. And lie-dee-die-dee-die-dee-dee-dum, lie-dee-die-dee-dee-dee. Kill a fucking Englishman and throw him in the sea. So I came back to the party, soldiers head in hand. The boys stopped dancing, and they quieted the band. And I said, this is for the Republic, and my work here isn't done. So I gave the Englishman soldier's head to Colin, my only son.
Oh,
When's the song
what a
dated
lucky
from?
Lad.
This song is made in February 2024.
I thought that this was a modern song.
Oh,
This doesn't sound like a traditional one.
No.
I don't think
It's
Colin
made
was
by a
lucky
guy
man.
that does parody music that I've
Mhm.
recently found. Because I love that shit.
And go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together.
And then the chorus
to a
is
wild
the same again.
mountain
And then
time.
everybody sings the chorus
Rose
twice, and then the song
around
ends.
The bloomin' heather, will you go, lassie, go?
Row the old chariot along, row the old chariot along, row the old chariot along, and don't be left behind. That made me sneeze like 3 times for some reason. I think the vibration in my nasal cavity.
I shall make a Jew, and then I shall make 4 armor car.
That's what a Jewish man says before laying with his wife. I shall make a Jew,
Make a Jew.
and then I will get an armored car. I don't know what the second part is. I don't know what situation he's in where he needs to get an armored car.
for you, Chester.
wealth for now. Kanazawa has made a hospital.
They have doctor medicines.
They do. They have people with lab coats.
Thieves preying upon Kabul.
God damn it!
Local street gangs.
Fucking hoodlums. Place a bounty on their heads.
I would love to see a graph on like religion spread over the past 100 years. Like the democratization of religion that's happened.
I love that our people love religion now. Oh, I should have been over here. Okay, good. That doesn't have. Oh, it does have a railroad. I thought
It
it did.
does. The men are confused. They keep telling us to go back and forth.
Commercial plantation.
It had it's
Got
it's the Persian version, the commercial plantation.
Oh, so is it better?
I don't remember if it has what funny thing it's got going on for it.
Oh, let's just leave it then. It does need railroad though.
There you go. You got your whippet.
I do. Oh my god.
It has only one movement, by the way, so if you move it on something that's not a railroad tile, it's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
The pancake farm.
Where?
On that rice tile.
Oh, yeah, I'll fix that. I realized all the rice patties look the same.
I could see the little building. It doesn't have a fucking goddamn... Doesn't have a Woolgoot, nor does it have a fucking Komet, nor does it have a tractor.
Kill a fucking Englishman and throw him in the sea.
So violent.
Meanwhile, I recently subscribed to a Irish woodworking channel.
Oh,
Where
I think I know that guy.
there's
He wears
this-
a flat cap all the time.
He has a very smooth face, has an earring, and he goes
does,
out
he
into
does.
he'll go into the woods and grab some tree limbs and he uses traditional hand tools. And he talks really sensually. Very nice of
He
him.
does. He's a good man.
It's like Erwin or something.
Mm-hmm. He has his. He definitely has a Catholic Irish wife who has like 17 children.
I think in a
Oh,
recent video he mentioned girlfriend. So he has a girl. He's young. I think he's like fucking 23 or something.
Oh, that is a young whippersnapper.
Yeah, I think
Goes out into the woods and he shows you his new fucking chopping block he has for Englishmen.
he has what I have picked up from his videos that I've watched. I got onto him when I was high, by the way. That seems to be I've noticed a theme where I explore new parts of YouTube whenever I am
I
imbibing.
explore new and exciting parts of YouTube.
But from what I've gotten from his channel, I think he was living a normal modern man's life until he became the age of like 20, and he just decided I'm going to be a woodworker, and he like went deep into like Irish culture and like traditional Irish culture, and like not only am I going to be a woodworker, I'm going to use hand tools, and he just like moved to the woods and became a fucking 1800s woodsman. He just decided that,
As
it
you do.
seems.
As you do.
It doesn't,
As you
because
do when
from
you
what
reach
I've
the age
picked
of
up
23.
on his videos, I don't think he was always like that. I think it just happened. I think he was just like, he had gotten to 20s, like, I'm unhappy. He was in college, dropped out, and it's like, this is my life now. I'm going to be a fucking woodsman from 1870. And then he has a
like that
successful
I can't-
YouTube channel, so, you know.
I don't like that I can't build anything upon the ice.
Watermills.
That sounds like an English town. Anything upon the ice?
I cannot build upon the ice.
You can build a grazing ground there, though, because you're a fucking funny Mongol. Not on the ice,
It's
but on
really
that,
up north.
on that wood tile you just got on. Get more food, access to hoved.
Good. Just a little extra food.
They'll have more food, and then the tile next to that to the left, you can build yet another farm, and they'll have a bunch of food. They'll have production from the copper mine. They'll have a little bit of production of the silver mine. They'll have some production from the water mill, that you're building on the ice. It'll be great.
On the ice. We shall build upon the ice. Now these regular farms, I'm leaving them as regular farms because nothing gets to
They're
work
in the middle
them.
of the desert.
It is some random man who decided I need this to live.
I have a couple of those in West Africa.
And we're like, it's fine, but you will have a railroad going through your house.
Jackie, your head is a cube. You know that? It's like
I
so
don't
flat
think
on
he
the
did.
top, and it's flat on the sides, and it's flat on the bottom.
I don't think he
Cuboid.
has. I don't think he knows the concept of a cube. I don't think he can conceptualize that.
Your head is a cube.
You are a cuboid creature.
I could, like, if you would let me, I could rest a soda can on your fucking forehead. Jackie, how old are you? Because I don't actually know. I didn't keep track. I don't actually.
When did you get me?
I don't remember.
He's
Did you
of
take
an
a picture
age.
of me the day you got me?
That was like 3 phones ago.
Shit.
He is of an age.
Didn't do the transfer data thing.
I sometimes do, sometimes don't. I'm
That's
not.
the only way I know Rosie's age, like birthday, quote unquote birthday. I'm like, whenever I get them, that's
I'm
their
not
birthday.
I'm not a sentimental man. I mean, whenever I first started taking care of Jackie when he was outside, he was a wee kitten.
God damn it! This is not the Jew.
But I don't remember how long I
Said the
was.
Nazi looking for Jews.
I know I was taking care of him when he was an outside cat for at least 3 to 4 years. I know that, and I know that I brought him inside at least 5 years ago. Roughly.
I can super buff up my budget. Oh my god.
Jackie, you
Almost
could be
like
10 years
$2,000
old or
a
14
turn.
years old. I can't remember. Time got weird, okay? And I got you after Trump happened, and that's when time got real weird. The Trump time dilation kicked in. The Trump time dilation, where things that happened recently felt like they happened long ago, and things happened long ago felt like they happened recently. That's the bomb!
It sounds like a watch.
What was that? What was that sound for? That was for the security bureau. Okay, we're gonna be hearing those beep beeps a lot then. I'm going to build Lublanka. I'm going to build. Basically, I'm establishing the KGB.
Cool.
We're going to make sure everyone is sufficiently communist.
What?
Now and forever.
In your own borders, right? And then
Sure.
And then we do the Star Wars meme.
Mm-hmm.
Anakin.
Laboratory. You do that. Airport.
What the fuck are you? You loathsome fucking prince. Hi, Mimi, your cat.
No, Mimi is dog.
Mimi, are you a doggy? Say what doggy say. Ooh, that almost got it.
A lot of buildings finished their shit this turn. It's like my fucking 20th city that finished their construction this turn.
Oob.
Jesus. Now, unfortunately, because of the strategic bombing campaign, a lot of the places I took over are fucking destitute. And they will stay that way until I get around to coming over and fixing them.
Hi, Mimi, your cat. You are a cat.
Definitely save after all that business.
Mimi and I are playing fetch right now.
Babomi.
My foreskin is no longer on.
Persepolis.
Persepolis.
Hyderabad.
I am really bad.
Hyderabad has 10 engineers in it.
Oh, what a beautiful sound.
William. Curse you. Every day you shall awaken to the feeling of a phallus in the back of your throat,
Oh, Jesus. That sounds a bit...
and it'll last. This is for you. You are being cursed. There will be no physical phallus there, but it will, it'll be the feeling of one touching the dangly thing that's in the back of your throat.
And you're like, this feels like a cock.
And it'll last for exactly 10 seconds, and then it'll stop abruptly.
It's the spirits having their way with you, lad.
And when you try to tell someone,
that's a long time to just sit that in there.
and then when you try to tell someone like a cock just hit me in the back of my throat, they're like, you're stupid.
What an absolute asshole response to that as well. It's like, you're stupid.
You're an
You're
asshole
stupid.
guy.
I don't like you.
Yeah, very. It's like, do you need help? Would be the first question.
No, like he looks over to Haley. She's like, Haley, I feel like a cock just hit me in the back of my throat. She's like, you're stupid.
I think she would enjoy that conversation.
I think she would.
That sounds like it'd be right up her alley.
Yeah, I know, but because of part of the curse, she's just gonna be like, you're stupid, and then just drops immediately.
You're fucking stupid. Why aren't you dead yet?
Okay, I can't do that. I need...
What the fuck am I watching?
No, what are you watching?
I think that's a werebear.
A werebear?
There's a bunch of... This looks like a knockoff of Invictus. There is in fact a bear man.
Oh, you're talking about the Russian Avengers.
It's an actual movie?
It's like a weird Russian movie that was basically a knockoff of the Avengers. Yeah, it's a real movie.
Cool.
I'm not sure if this is a Russian movie because I'm seeing English like in the movie itself.
And it's got the man with the weird like half circle blades.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a Russian movie.
Oh, weird.
They will soon talk about how Ukraine is not a real country.
Mm-hmm.
Never has been.
They will call it a
Never will
mistake.
We stand in Ukraine here, I just want to say that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still never forget the day I was talking to my father about the Ukraine conflict. And he said, well, there are some ethnic Russians living in Ukraine. I just stopped talking to him the rest of that day. I didn't say another word to him like the whole rest of that day.
There's ethnic Italians that live in New York, so does Italy have the ability to seize New York?
Apparently. So says his dad.
So says his dad, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's some fucking medieval fucking geopolitic right there.
What lord does he serve, I wonder?
Yeah, what fiefdom does he... What house does he report to?
Mm-hmm.
No, he would be a part of the bishopric.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever see him again, ooh.
I was gonna beat your dad.
I'm gonna beat him.
Old man.
You'd be pretty justified. It's like, we're hitting you because of your political beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
This is justified in the eyes of the Lord. Okay.
This is justice.
My main thought was it's only the same excuse Hitler gave to invade places like Czechoslovakia.
Yes. Also, I think it's funny that one of Putin's like rationales, also Greek. One of Putin's rationales to invade Ukraine is that they're not a real country, and that was also a rationale that Hitler gave. He said that about Yugoslavia. He said that about Poland. He said that about Czechoslovakia. He described them as countries that were just invented on paper, which is exactly what Putin said about Ukraine. But they're going into Ukraine to denazify them, obviously. Just using all the Nazi textbook stuff is all. And invading a country whose sitting president is Jewish as well. There's that. And then the logic they used to justify that they're Nazis is because there was a bunch of pro-Nazi sentiment in Ukraine during World War II 100 years ago. You know, when they were ruled by Joseph Stalin, and there's the, you know, the starvations, so, you know, they kind of had like a reason.
No, Zelensky was Jewish?
Yeah.
The more you know.
But he's a Nazi, I guess.
Well,
And it's not even like Netanyahu. It's like, oh, you goddamn fascist. And it's like, oh, he's Jewish. What do you mean? And it's like, no, they call him like a Hitler-loving Nazi. That's what they call him.
There goes another merchant.
I hate the whole Jewish. I hate the argument Jews can't be fascists.
I don't know where that
boils
comes
my
from
blood.
either. Yeah, it's intellectually bankrupt.
And it's like, watch them. There they go.
I'm just saying, everyone who was in South Africa at the time, it's like during the apartheid, whenever they then visited Israel, it's like, this seems really familiar.
It fills me with the same sentiment that when people are just like, if you're not white, you can't be racist. It's like, that's a lie.
That's also a lie, yeah.
It's like, only white people can be racist. Like, no!
We've had
That's not how the
conversation.
world works!
We've had conversation. Oh, it did. The Germans got fucking cucked again. All right.
Why do you cuck me?
I'm somewhere. I'm somewhere.
You're probably somewhere in Russia currently.
I don't know. Okay, we're gonna fucking undo all of that.
Cast undo.
And this is probably gonna crash.
Here it goes.
Mark.
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 Yep.
Tyler, I curse you to not be able to sleep again until you can lick your own
lie.
eyeball.
I don't think you're really doing that.
I cut off the tip
Did
of
you
my
hear me?
tongue. I did.
Okay, good.
I screamed very silently.
Let me just open the task manager. You have to stop
Alex, I
this.
shall curse you.
What did he do?
Well, everyone's been cursing each other. Alex has been left unscathed. I want to change that.
We don't go.
Alex, I am going to curse you. You will now be a proper genius in almost every field. Like, you are super smart.
Oh, it's just I'm just good to be me then, huh?
Like, you now know nuclear physics like it's the back of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And but you now act and speak with all the mannerisms of Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson.
God damn it.
And people do not take you seriously because you act and speak like Homer Simpson.
Well, no. What you've done is you have blessed me with a thriving internet career. Because I can fucking like break down super complicated like topics, but in a way people will want to hear it.
Speaking of, I actually have a question. What makes you guys want to click onto a particular educational type video?
Why do I feel like I'm being fucking screened for something?
Why
do I feel like I'm being
I
probed
was-
like an interview?
Because I was
have-
thinking about doing such a thing, and I was just considering what would make someone consider one over the other.
Oh, we haven't saved in millions of years. Oh yeah, that's right, because he just
I
did
just
Stil-
saved.
I was about to say Stelianos did his thing, and then the Germans got fucked over. Okay, yeah, that's right. All right, I forgot where we were in the order of things.
Okay.
But yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff I don't like. Red arrows or a red flag. If I see a red arrow on the thumbnail, I'm like, I don't know about this.
Oh yeah, where it just points at something and saying it doesn't fucking mean anything.
I like descriptive titles. I don't typically like the clickbaity titles where it's just like, you know, even Hitler is afraid of this man, and like shows like some fucking picture, you know. It's like, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a picture of Joseph Stalin with a big Photoshop smile.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's usually for me it's topic based, because I've said before, it's like there's a lot of World War II stuff I stopped watching because I started getting into, I know enough about it to where the lies that we tell to children started becoming a problem, where I'd watch something, it's like, no, that's not right at all. That's only like half true and you're leaving out a whole bunch. But when it's something about like Caesar or the Romans, I'll watch that shit. So for me, it's very topic based. Many years ago, I was into the war stuff, and then now I've gotten more into the more wonky stuff. It's like, I want to know about legislation in Rome.
I understand the topic-based things, because obviously you're going to be selecting for things that you're more interested in anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking more along the headlines of, like...
The thumbnail does do a lot for me.
Not necessarily the content itself, but how the content is presented. Like the mannerisms of the person who's speaking, or if they, like what kind of animations they use. That sort of thing.
Wait,
well, over time, when it comes to animated stuff, I've noticed that I've really liked the simplified stuff. Just not only oversimplified, but there's another channel called History Matters, which literally has like fucking, like the fucking South Park Canadians, basically. And I like that. I like the
Historia
really...
Civilis stuff back here.
Historia Civilis, I love Historia Civilis. His mini-part series on Julius Caesar is so good. With just dots.
And he literally just does like,
colored
like
dots.
squares.
Julius Caesar is a fucking red square, you know, and he gives so much personality to that red square.
I like extra history as far as
You like the
stuff.
straight up yeah, when it comes to animation, I like the really simple stuff, usually funny.
I do love
If I was going to do it, obviously I wouldn't have the budget or the ability to animate, especially like right off the bat. I was just thinking, like, if I were to do like a slideshow or did some really simple type of artwork.
So wait, are you asking like what makes me engaged into a video once I've started watching it, or what makes me pick it initially?
Once you've started watching it, because
okay.
you really have like about 5 seconds before someone decides whether they want to keep watching or not.
So, if I've picked a video, I've made the conscious decision to watch it, but at the same time, the things that'll pull me out immediately, and like even if I wanted to watch the video, the things that'll pull me out immediately, even if like it's good stuff, like if the person has like terrible audio, I immediately want to stop watching it.
I am what for me, like if I subscribe to a channel, I'm gonna watch a whole bunch of their stuff. Especially if it's a recent subscription, I'm gonna go out and watch it. If I start a video, I'm gonna watch it. Which is why I don't typically browse on YouTube into unknown lands often. Because if I start a video, if I've started that video, I'm gonna watch the video unless it's like super long, unless it's like over half an hour. If it's like under 15 minutes, even if I like disagree or whatever, I'm gonna watch the whole video just so I can know what I'm saying.
If it's topic-based videos, like I can't really give you sides. Like I just wanted to look up the topic.
For
like
me,
lately, I've been watching Religion for Breakfast, like a lot of Religion for Breakfast.
I like an expert sitting down, telling me a thing, and then when they need to highlight a point, then we cut to an image to highlight the point. I really like an expert. I like an expert sitting down and explaining something in intricate detail. I enjoy that.
My initial idea was actually getting an interview with like somebody on a topic and sitting down and having that discussion, but what kind of thing would let that discussion
I don't watch history-based interviews. I don't do that at all. I know that personally.
What are you doing this video for? Like, what are you doing this interview for? What is the basis to this interview? Like, what?
He's having a conversation in real.
Oh, I see.
He's not having a simulated conversation.
It would most likely be science, because I'm interested in science.
No, I mean, like, but like, why? Why are we doing this interview?
For entertainment purposes.
So you're just wanting to make a channel where you interview people?
Interview people on scientific topics to discuss scientific things, yes.
Yeah, that's fine, but that's definitely not my taste. I do when it comes to science, I do watch Star Talk. But that is
science being oh, go ahead.
When it comes to like science or history or any information-based thing, that is the only example I can give you where it's an interview-based format. Would be Star Talk, and that's it. And even then, a lot of times, I'm more interested in what Neil deGrasse Tyson has to say than what the actual people that he's interviewing has to say. Mongol.
When it comes to scientific topics, I tend to prefer it where it's in the structure of a lecture, sort of like Crash Course or something like that, an entertaining lecture. I tend to not really bother watching a scientific interview.
And I don't care about no history interviews.
I always feel like when I watch an interview about science, unless it's done between two scientists, I always feel like eventually the scientist's point gets fucking lost.
I love that though in Star Talk.
About something else.
I love that in Star Talk when they start just like going from like they float from high topic to high topic like that. I enjoy that.
Now there's gonna be
that. Sometimes he'll have like Terry Crews on or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I like you, Terry Crews, but I don't want you here.
This is not where you belong.
This is where we have like Brian Cox, the physicist, not actor, here to talk about stuff with or we have Richard Dawkins here to talk about evolution and also atheism. Go back and forth with Neil deGrasse Tyson on. But yeah, Star Talk is the only science-based interview thing I watch.
I will consider.
I used to watch.
My dream job would be scientific.
I used to watch. What is it called? Periodic Chemistry, maybe. It's made by someone named Ed Halloran, and there's Professor something. It's in Russian. He's not actually Russian. He's ethnically Russian. He has a Russian name. He's got wild hair. But the guy who makes it, I think it's called Periodic Chemistry. I can't remember now, though. That's a scientific interview format I used to watch. I haven't watched it in a while, though, because they got through the table. But in that one, they went through each element, and then they were giving an interview sort of format on it. Ed Halloran's like a media-savvy guy interviewing the scientists, like explain it to me, and asking questions and all that. I watched that, but they ran out of elements eventually, so they started drifting around. I lost interest. I can't remember the name of the channel now. I think it's Periodic Chemistry. Ed Halloran has I think his name is Ed. Something Halloran has a bunch of fucking channels that he does, and that was one of them. What's the name of the professor? I think he's in Nottingham chemistry, head of the chemistry department at Nottingham.
I think I read of the physics department at SIUE, and it makes me livid.
I don't like your college, okay? Every time you've described it, it just sounds like the Bodunk version of SIU. It sounds like you chose the bad side of town for SIU.
And that's because he did.
Did not.
I mean, every time you've described it, I mean, it was a notion I had about SIUE before you went there, and then every time you've described it, it has reaffirmed it many times over. You went to the side of SIU that has the broken glass on the sidewalks, and you chose that one.
Their engineering department is really good. Their literary, nah, I was about to say their literary arts department, but their humanities is all pretty good.
Our engineering department's really good.
Yeah, with the physics one, from what I heard, it's just because they didn't have enough majors. Not enough people going to SIUE wanted to major in physics anymore to justify the department. So now they got merged with chemistry.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of overlap in physics and chemistry.
I think they should now rename the department to the Department of Physical Sciences, but that's just me.
The Department of Science things and stuff.
No, physical sciences.
Mm-hmm. It'll be science things
Not
and stuff.
science things.
It'll be science
Not
things and
things
stuff.
No, that sounds horrible.
And maybe that'll attract more people to fucking take the classes.
Yeah, I want my degree in science things and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scientistic.
It covers many topics.
I'm scientastic.
Oh, I hate it. I hate this.
Mm.
I hate this whole discourse now. And I should have a... There you are.
Oh, when I do the stats for this one at the end of all this, because last time we did Invictus, it was so short, I didn't do any stats for that one, so that's gonna be merged with this one. So we're gonna get good numbers over a long period of time, basically, for a large number of turns.
Cool.
Where are your armored cars coming from? I believe they're coming from Wuchang. I could be wrong about that. Nope, I am wrong about that. Where did I decide to build those? Fuck.
It did not take long for the fucking logistical system of the Mongolian military-industrial complex to fall apart. It's like, where the hell are the tires coming from? Which factory?
There they are, Canton. Okay. So I knew I was building them somewhere in China.
Oh, piss,
Go
the
ahead,
tires
shoot it.
have to get off of 3 trains and get on 2 ferries to get to the factory.
I'll put you over here. No, that's a paved road. I want you on a railroad. I just want him halfway between. Well, that's a little more than halfway, but it's whatever. Ugh, still having to put so much work into fucking China to modernize it. That's why I haven't given a goddamn fucking piss about India. China's already so much work. If India wasn't so profitable, I would sell it off. I'd be like, I don't want this anymore.
It's
a tumor on my
extraordinarily
body.
profitable.
Russia's getting there, but Russia also costs me more money than it's making right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Russia's got a lot of good industry down there. It's doing its thing.
Once you get Solar Cult everywhere, that'll definitely help out with that. The vast majority of your empire still does not have Solar Cult. Like, the last place I was sending a Solar Cultist was in Ulaanbaatar, far east.
Yeah, I'm wanting to finish up getting it all over Japan right now too. I'm about to get on a boat.
I think I seeded, we seeded Karazawa and Tokyo with it, so
Yeah.
Japan could theoretically take care of its own Solar Cultism. That
It
happened.
did, but I made one somewhere else, and he was in China, so he's going over to Japan right now. China's pretty well solar culted. It's seeded well. You build the river wheel, the river industry. Build the river! Hey, you made it. Come on, please don't murder him.
There's no religions there. It has a 100% chance of being successful if there's no religions there. And it's like a 10% chance of failing for every religion in the city.
Oh.
It's not actually 19 turns realistically. It's just the city just needs to grow.
It's still a big number I don't like seeing. Oh, I forgot to pump up my budget. That's okay. I'll do it next time. Well, I do like making lots of money.
In 8 turns, you'll get show business. Also, I think you just got access to the fucking shock troops.
The rifles, yeah. Oh, that's another.
You'll be able to get rid of the grenadiers, and then soon you'll be able to get show business, and you'll be able to get that first work of art thing that I don't remember the name of.
I'll probably want to go ahead and build a proper standing army to go ahead and go back out to fucking Russia.
Oh, I think show business will give you another building you have to put everywhere.
Ah!
You'll have to build the fucking stadium.
His favorite.
The stadium, and then once you get the cinematograph, then you have to build the cinema everywhere. So you're about to get several buildings you need to put everywhere. The sentimental graph. I hope you caught up with that relief that you were given.
No! No, I haven't!
I hope you've caught up with all those buildings that needed to get done.
I'm gonna have some coffee and lemon cake because I'm sad now.
Your lemon cake is sad.
No, you're sad!
Yanni.
Tyler, curse your balls to weep.
Weep. Oh my god. You need solar cult. But solar cult's being spread over in Australia at the moment. I'll have to remember that.
But I also will bless you, Tyler.
You feel bad about what you did?
I did that out of anger, so I do feel a little bad. I bless you with a bowl that can automatically summon enough candy to fill it of your choice once a day.
Okay.
Every day you'll be like, I want shock tarts, and then it will fill with shock tarts.
Shock tarts.
Some
What is a
Oxnard.
shock tart?
It's a candy. It's
He'll
like a
get
sweet
you-
tart.
He'll get you
but
the Oxnard.
It's like a sweet
I don't
tart,
want
but
any
extra
of that.
But extra sour.
I want more cheese, Samuel. All I ever really wanted.
Have you ever thought about giving me cheese?
I don't trust you with cheese anymore.
You never really thought about me when I was thinking about cheese.
Tyler, I don't trust you with cheese anymore.
I want cheese, Mr. Lawrence.
I think as good friends, we need to start rationing your cheese.
Farm. So these will be.
I think we as your friends need to start giving you a daily amount in ounces for how much cheese you're allowed to consume.
I don't think I'd speak to you anymore.
It's like, I don't think you're my friend anymore.
That's not very friendly behavior.
Minus 500 grams for your daily allowance.
Tyler, I saw the amount of cheese you ate, and I don't. Did you poop that day? Did you poop that night? Well, I don't believe you.
Germany.
Today.
Is Germany willing to do the first coal for oil deal?
I am absolutely ready.
Don't you crash my game. There we go. Coal. Have some oil. The new derricks are opening up in Indonesia.
Do you have offshore oil now?
No. I've just taken over more places that have oil on land.
Ah.
I'm gonna get even more soon. If I wasn't exporting so much oil, I'd probably have over 20 right now. Not including oil that I'll get whenever this offshore stuff starts happening.
You guys want to hear my machine gun?
Oh, he's gonna activate the Oh, it's loud.
Yeah, I got more.
What's that?
Oh,
Ah!
it frightens.
In
Got
the
two
early
more to
month
do.
Off to reap the corn.
Brace
65 was
yourselves.
born on the rocky roads. Double and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road. All the way to double and whack for lolly rah.
Uh-huh.
That's that other fucking goddamn song from Ireland. Unlike the other one we heard earlier.
I love the songs from Ireland. I have, like, playlists of just Irish folk music. I love Irish folk music.
The Irish folk would say, "Go home."
They say come home. They come to our people.
Yeah, I don't know Ireland's opinion on Americans.
Apparently they've been very welcoming in the last few months.
I would hope so. Take pity upon us.
They've been like, come on, come along.
I'm sad.
As far as humanitarian aid goes, Ireland's like one of the biggest
Ireland, give us
players out there.
humanitarian aid, please.
Ireland loves just like giving humanitarian aid all the time because they're like, we starved and the world didn't help us, so now we will make sure no one goes hungry.
Englishman and throw him in the sea.
Put him right in the sea.
Lie-de-die-de-die-dee, lie-de-die-de-dee. Kill a fucking Englishman and throw him in the sea.
I mean, look, there are some Irish and Scottish
Maybe I should move
songs.
this.
There are some Irish and Scottish folk songs that really are not far from that. I distinctly remember the line of one about a Scotsman wandering through the streets of Liverpool, and he has two English women put their hands up his kilt, and they run away screaming.
Screaming
Like
with glee.
Like that's just part of
Like,
the song.
They're like happy that happened.
It's not stated. Their actual feelings upon
It's
it.
implied. Only a strapping lad would say something like that.
Are you telling me you wouldn't scream with joy if you got to grab a real man's penis for the first time?
If a real man came up behind me and slapped me on the ass, I'd go, woo! And I'd run down the street a little bit, and I'm like, ooh, he hit me in the ass hard.
The young bluebirds
Does
fly.
the R2?
And I would squee.
On the wind. We had dreams and songs to give.
And all would be well.
It's so lonely on the fields of Athenry. I'm not drinking enough to be singing these Irish songs. That's why I'm messing up the words. Coffee
Go
right
drink
now.
some more, Samuel.
I need to switch to just pure Irish whiskey.
You drink your
Are we gonna
fucking
have to start
rum.
screaming fat again?
And take it intravenously.
I can't wait for the racist tirade he will say later.
I have never once gone on a racist tirade. How dare you?
Oh, there are.
Look, they don't know that.
Not yet, anyway.
The people don't know what you do behind closed doors.
If I went on a racist tirade while drinking, William would surely stop me.
Would he?
I think it's hilarious and I'd record it.
Could he stop him?
Record you and put you on
You
YouTube.
decide, viewer. Vote here. On the
You gotta
Discord.
remember, one of my favorite characters is Uncle Ruckus.
That is true. I do love Uncle Ruckus. My God.
He's the greatest villain of all.
To be honest.
Hello.
Now that I'm
it's
black, I quit all my jobs.
You
I
work
don't know
all
what
the jobs.
I don't know what I'm gonna do for money. I'll have to start selling crack. Or rapping about selling crack.
Well, this is a quick turn.
I do have a hard
You could
time
always
deciding.
administer your cities.
Tyler doesn't
Ah,
know
it's
that.
fine.
You had 6 cities grow that turn.
Nah, it's fine.
Just saying.
It-
All of those cities, I guarantee you, they got craftsmen, which you don't want, because they cost you money and don't give you any great people.
In 3 sessions, he's going to say, Alex, please do an audit.
The only time that his cities get fucking looked at is whenever he's gone and I end up doing it. I've done it.
I do it too.
I've done it many times. Those times
I've done it like 2, maybe 3 times.
I've done it this session. It's like whenever you went to go take a shit.
It was a great and powerful and mighty one, and I forgot my phone, so I just had to sit there in silence, clutching my head. Okay, as the pain soared through my body.
That's from yesterday.
And as the blood filled my stool, I sat there and I screamed and agony sweat dripping down my face.
It is because
blood running down my ears.
This is exactly what he was talking about. With the
Me
soup.
taking off my shirt and panting and screaming.
That's why we need to ration your cheese.
It came back. It came back.
Don't worry, none of that happened, but I do love the image of that.
We need to ration your cheese because we're your friends. We can't let you do this.
I had ham today.
He made a soup, William. He made a soup.
It is shocking. I've gotten used to it.
It was more than they usually give me, or I usually get through more chips with that more quickly because I don't remember it being that much.
But well, like I said, it made Jordan gag that one time. But I've gotten.
It wasn't that bad that time.
I've gotten pretty used to it.
He had so much cheese mixed in with his rice and various meats that I told him it disturbed me he would not eat it with a spoon.
I won't.
The thing that made me mad was not that he did it, it's that he chose to eat it with a fork.
The cinemas will soon open throughout Berlin. You will start watching your wonderful movies.
Either I have both eaten and seen people eat some really gross stuff.
Mongol.
That was painful. Yes, it is my turn.
There's nothing wrong with what I made.
The deadliest weapon in the world is a Marine and his rifle.
Sam, do you agree with that?
I think if you took a picture of what you made and you put it on Discord, I would demand it go in the oubliette. It's one of the things that goes in the oubliette.
Well, I don't usually take pictures of my food, so.
So he bought a large queso cheese at. He bought a large queso cheese at the La Fuente, and he got chicken on the beach. He ordered it as chicken on the beach and not boiled.
It made me
I was
smile.
told that it would be done with cheese, and mine did come with cheese. But then Alex's also came with cheese, and it made me think, oh, she was wrong.
Yeah,
and also last time they didn't give me cheese last time.
And he poured the whole large cheese.
My mother.
Oh, I see. She's full of shit. Yeah, she doesn't know what the hell
Poured
she's
the
talking
whole
about.
large cheese onto his Pollo Cancun.
Because Polo Cancun literally is just Spanish for chicken on a beach.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I didn't double check.
She was doing that thing your mom does anytime I hear her talk, where she's like a super expert on everything, and she's always dead wrong every time she's ever said anything. It's one of the many reasons
Poor
I don't like
lady.
talking to her.
We'll just put you on well for now. And it was enough to where it turned his meal from a rice and meat dish to a soup, because the cheese became a broth.
As I call it, the soup. We go to the Mexican restaurant. We get the spicy soup. The spicy soup that includes rice.
Good, okay.
Like I said, I'm sure it tasted delicious, but it did hurt me that you chose to continue eating it with a fork.
I'm not pulling out the spoon for that.
I ate mine with a spoon. And I put mine with like I had a probably 1/5 the amount of cheese.
I'm proud of you.
I took this little chicken bits
I'm
and I
not
cut
proud
them
of you,
in
Tyler.
between.
I wasn't asking you, Samuel. Silence.
You know that you want him to be proud of you. You
Less
know
and
you
less
do.
every day. He talks to me and he talks down to me like this. I hate him.
I hate you, father. I hate you. I never want to be
Daddy
just like
Dearest!
you.
Daddy Dearest, no!
The barracks here, 'cause why not?
I always should build barracks as places because you have the conqueror trait. Barracks give you happiness.
Barracks is your friend.
Also, they just make all your troops better, so including gunpowder units. Unless you're the
Have a place to
Romans.
sleep. Troops love having a place to sleep, famously.
Because the Romans have the goddamn Castellum, and it goes away. It's sad.
And it makes some sad time.
It's really sad. If you play as the Romans in Invictus, you go through a dark age. Like, the transition between the classical era to the Middle Ages, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's like, oh, the people will die. Like, I'm not even talking about you changing civics. The physical act of moving to the Middle Ages is like, oh, it's bad. I feel like my brain stopped.
Kill me.
Your troops become shit. Your economy collapses. Your food supply goes down. It's bad. It's really noticeable. Cities that were fine start starving out of nowhere. You have a whole fall of Rome. But they do have an enormous amount of buffs during the classical era, though.
The Briz does, in fact. Have it. And you have it, and you're getting the community. So perfect, perfect, perfect.
Blah.
Kiss your cat, Alex.
I shall. I just did.
And
then he looked at me like, why'd you do that?
I have done that at least 3 times today.
Jackie, you have
should
this
give her
like
more
black
kisses.
spot
That's
on your
not
nose.
enough.
What is that about? You got fucking nose cancer?
Oh, she's in the window taking a nap right now.
She loves that window.
I started sleeping. I just leaving it open at night now.
I mean, you live on the 3rd floor, so it's not like there's a danger.
Yeah.
As long as that condor doesn't try coming through.
Mm-hmm. Only thing I worry about is it raining. And that's not even a big deal.
That is plenty of money, Sam. You have like 14 grand sitting in the bank. You don't even rush buildings that often.
No, because that's a lot of money. My people need the money, obviously.
You need to just have it. There's your shock troops. They got the big machine guns as well.
Is that not the whole point of you having money?
You can just sit. You can just look at it.
Exactly. That's what it's for.
Like the only reason.
The only reason.
The only reason.
The only reason.
It's interesting in that the Germans and I right now on here show very interesting economic things because he can't rush things with money anymore.
I don't. It's because.
Because he uses the Gestapo instead. But so that means that he, as long as he has enough money to deal with upgrades, which he has cheapening on because Frederick, and he can mostly just do deficit spending all the time. And then me, as a Soviet man, with the 5-year plan, pretty much the moment I get more than like 3 grand, it immediately gets spent on rushing a building just to try to get everything up to standard.
He just hoards it like a dragon.
I'm really internally deciding if I'm going to end up rushing Lublanka or not. I used a great engineer on it, so it'll only take like 10 turns, but I could also spend like another 10 grand and just make it happen now. No, I don't think.
Lubinka.
I won't rush
No,
Lublanka.
nobody else is gonna steal it.
I'm not gonna rush Lublanka. It's fine.
I'm gonna do a quick pass through all my cities, real quick, just to make sure nothing's gone awry.
I wouldn't steal that. That would be a diplomatic incident.
You physically can't. You need dictatorship.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Not only would you need
Never
dictatorship,
been one to. Yeah.
you would need dictatorship, and also I'll have it built long before you even get the tech to even make it, because you have to. You're 2 techs behind getting it.
Yep. See, really, there's nothing to worry about.
I'd have to decide to stop building it for like the next 15 turns for it to be possible for you to steal it.
You didn't need Ford Motors, brother.
And neither did you.
Yeah, I could use it, you know.
No, your silence is deafening.
I don't even remember what the fuck it did, honestly.
Gave production to all of the
You only stole it from me because you wanted me to not have it.
all the funny subways that we've been building.
But I guess it's fine. You spent a lot of time and effort doing it, and so I got a lot of money out of it, and that's fueling my deficit spending.
See, even Steven.
When I burnt your house down, you got the insurance payment, so it's all good at the end.
That's what it was there for.
The insurance came through.
It's just a friendly competition.
All good, man.
That I won, and you lost.
The Mongols have entered the 5,000 score club.
You know, Wiggler does not like losing.
You want to have the big
Well,
big
tell him to get over
change.
it. Ha ha!
I don't know.
You want to have the big internal anger.
I would rage, but I have a coworker here.
I don't know.
As the coworker sees Willie go into a full Hitler screaming speech about the miseries of Ofen.
Would you like to trade another tile?
We will never forget.
Maybe I could take another resource from there.
I'm holding a knife right now.
What are you going to do with that, brother? You might hurt yourself.
I'll figure it out.
Be careful.
I'll mail it to you.
Didn't you say I had another great merchant?
I would say thank you. You
This
sent
is
me
the-
a
this is
knife
the-
for my
this is the
drawer.
one you have.
You're a good neighbor.
And you need him for whenever you get films discovered, not this tech, but the tech after. And you should, if you're not doing so already, by the way, you should consider importing musicals from the Greeks.
Hello.
Because you're gonna get stadiums next, and that's immediately gonna start giving bonuses to that stuff.
I already am.
Music is
almost
cool.
there. Just gotta actually. I gotta
I mean,
cut
it
off
got
the
it.
end that's gonna go in the spool, and then it'll be good.
What do you want, Crasher of the fucking Amazon?
Destroy him. Wait, I could do that. Maybe.
He didn't crash the game, so he doesn't have to be shot.
He's not the. It's not
I don't
the
think
elf
he's
of-
ever crashed the game yet.
It's
for
not
us,
the
has
elf
he?
of crashing.
Yeah, the elf did it. That's right. Indonesia.
The elf is on my list. I actually have an army that I'm loading up specifically for him.
The goddamn
Please.
Bosmer of crashes.
The Bosmer.
The thing that's gonna
He does have the look of the annoying fan.
I have to slip in a city whenever I take over his last city, like the settler first. So I need to get that ready to go before I
always
invade
forget
him.
that the adoring fan is a Bosmer.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's super short, because they make him super pale, and in my mind he's just a child.
I see the wispy hair and I'm like, that's an elf. Only an elf can wear that.
I know he's an elf. I just always assume he's just a child. not a fully grown Bosmer man, because he's
That
so
is an
pale.
adult. There are no children.
There are no children, but he's just so.
They're illegal.
He's nearly incandescent.
No.
Azura.
You.
By Azura.
I'm sure
By
they
Azura.
fixed it in the new one, but there is an NPC in the Imperial City who is literally incandescent. She wears a white outfit, and her skin is so pale she literally glowed.
We call her the Lighthouse.
I don't know what her name was, but she hung out in the Market District a lot. But there is at least one NPC that literally you could see her for miles. Need to transition bombers over to the other. Place you over here.
If I had the capital, I would open up a nerdy fantasy-esque bar in St. Louis. I would call it the Tavern Lawrence, and it would just be a nerdy fantasy-themed tavern.
Well, fortunately for
Another
you,
business venture.
I am trained in bartending.
You can always get a loan.
If you wanted the bartend, I would let you bartend. If I took out a loan, it would be an actual risk.
Yeah.
Well, if you were doing a proper business venture, I would be doing it with you. It would be easier.
William, do you have a
Share
liquor
capital.
license?
You don't.
He doesn't need a personal liquor
Yeah, you don't
license.
need
The business gets a liquor
yeah,
license.
business.
But I am going to be getting ServSafe certified soon, and that's like gold standard for food preparation and stuff.
I would want
And
to
I am
sell.
certified as an ABC manager here on Guam.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to sell like freaking fantasy themed foods and dishes, and I would serve challenge plates from Monster Hunter. Like I would have food challenges that were just the plates from Monster Hunter.
You might have to rename some things, but
You would be in charge of the kitchen. No.
I don't know if I would let them have the meal for free. Maybe I might have somewhere it's like, if you can finish this in 30 minutes, I will let you just eat it. I will let you have it for free.
Well, that's how a lot of those challenges are.
I might do it. I might do it shorter. It's like in 10. If you can finish this in 10 minutes.
no, you have to make it possible. You're going crazy now. Your shit challenge. I want you to reach the speed of light. It's like, oh, thanks.
They call you Shit Challenge Sam.
Mm-hmm.
But I would give other things. Like I would like, give a cool medal.
You tell him it's like, I'll give you other things. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me for having shit challenge.
Gotta at least have a t-shirt or something.
Well, no. I'm saying like if they just finish the challenge in general, I'll give them like cool thing and picture on wall and cool stuff like that. But if they like eat the whole thing in 20 minutes, I'll be like, you know what? That's free.
Your belief of what people can eat is like insane. It's like when I first brought you to La Fuente, you were thinking about doing that fucking 5-pound goddamn burrito without like your eyes are so much wider than reality. I was telling you, I was like, Sam, don't do it. No, you'll get sick. It's like this. It's a baby. It's bigger than a baby.
I still want to take the challenge. I still want to try and eat that burrito.
You will
Get
fail.
sick and die.
There's a reason people like actually train to do that.
I was about to say, if you want to do it, it's literally something you'd have to train for.
Your stomach will literally not expand enough to eat.
It is the equivalent of, today I'm going to do a marathon. I should do that this day.
And then you end up like me.
Did you just wake up and decide to do that one day, and it was a bad idea?
No, it was basically just OCS.
Mm.
And then, you know, broken leg.
Lighty-di-di-di-di. Lighty-di-di-di.
Spooner just plopped his rope toy on me and is just giving me the biggest puppy dog eyes right now. He's like, you could throw that for me. You could throw this for me, father.
And then you look at him and you say, but I won't.
No, I'm going to. He's getting excited because I'm moving back.
This will probably be the last round.
Oh shit!
I would say so.
9:42. I didn't even this was flying by. I was having fun.
Invictus. Oh,
God damn it! I saved on my turn.
I did on mine as well. That was like 3 entire rounds in a row without a crash, though.
Wow.
That had gotten to such a point that I didn't want to touch anything. There was like a couple of menus I wanted to open to look stuff. I was like, no, it'll crash because we had multiple entire rounds in a row without it doing so. I keep track of them now.
Take me down.
Oh, say, can you
I'm not a fan of this.
Bygones early.
I did start singing because I knew at least one other person would, and it would be horrid.
I felt what you were putting down, Sam.
He smelled when I stepped in.
I smelt that, and and who smelt it had the Delta, you know. Bongo, 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 I don't want to leave the Congo, oh no, no.
Sweet Caroline.
Bingo, bango, bongo, I don't want to leave the jungle, I used to go, ba ba. Zita, zipa, dusta, bita, vetra, zrim. Otta, zipa, dozuta, zipa, zuta, bi.
Hey, William.
Tyler,
okay, that's enough, Tyler. William.
Yes.
I'm going to add to the blur or blessing I gave you a while back, where God came to you and gave you the epiphany of Islam. I'm going to add.
I remember that. God spoke to you and told you Islam was correct.
Yeah, I remember this. I'm going to add to this.
Cool.
As a gift to you, God grants you now speak perfect Arabic.
Ooh. Well, I would hope so, since that is the language of God.
Well, yeah, but like you don't have to learn it. God's like, you know what? There you go, man.
He downloads that right to your brainstem.
Pumps it right into your brain.
He has taught me the language of heaven, I see.
He says, I'm fucking networking, dude. And he pulls out a fucking USB and fucking pulls your back of your neck open. And he fucking... And, he opens you up like a Pez dispenser, and but the other way around. And he fucking, he puts that in your spinal column, and he says, look at that, dude!
He pumps it right into your brain, and as God, goes back to do... As God goes back to doing God things...
Yeah.
He's talking to someone, I'll wait.
Why is the language of God
This is the
that of a
far-
culturally, insignificant group in the middle of the desert?
I believe according to the Quran, God, the language of heaven is not Arabic.
Oh, good. Because
they have a weird.
I was gonna say they're not literally.
It's like the Arabic language that meant nothing to anyone and no one cared until they made people care via the sword.
No. The heaven had its own weird, crazy language.
Good. They spoke in the Pig Latin.
Well, I don't think they even spoke Latin. They spoke crazy.
They spoke Pig Latin, is what they spoke. Obviously.
But anyway, William, and then when God dissipates after giving you the gift of revelation and Arabic, Gabriel's just kind of hanging out in your room, and he looks at you and he goes, "Get ready," and then leave.
Oh.
No further context. Just get ready.
You're gonna be ready. You're gonna want to be ready for this awesome, cool, fucking shit, dude.
I don't know if the literal angel Gabriel told me I needed to be ready for something, I will assume it's gonna be bad.
God says we're networking, bro.
It's either gonna be bad or it's gonna be just crazy. He was the one that was like Sodom and Gomorrah. It's gonna go away. So you know,
Old Gabe.
That's the one. He's
It-
like, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah don't come to school tomorrow.
don't go to school tomorrow. And you know, he's all. If you haven't seen the prophecy, he's a scary. He's a scary lad.
Mm-hmm.
He's a scary lad.
Is he played by Christopher Walken?
He is. And
We like
Viggo
him.
In fact,
Morrison.
he was
is the
Christopher
devil.
Walken this whole time.
And Viggo Morrison is the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
He
my
actually is.
second favorite portrayal of the devil is Viggo Morrison in the prophecy.
He went away
He does a
from
really
that
good job.
because to do Lord of the Rings.
He does a really good job in that movie.
And so in the sequel, they have someone who behind him looks like Viggo Mortensen. He's not him.
My favorite portrayal of the devil is probably from Constantine.
It's really great.
Got the sticky shoes.
It is.
Just the other day, I saw someone offhandedly mention Constantine, and they brought up fucking not Viggo Mortensen, fucking
I don't remember his name. I don't remember who it was.
he's Norwegian.
He is Gorb.
He's not Gorb. What's his name?
He's Gorb.
Why have you done this?
Yeah, he also has a time machine.
Literally, the only name that's in my head now is Gorb. That's it.
Hold on, we have Wikipedia. We have technology.
Hello, my name is Gorb.
I've said his name many times. Many times. Mongol. You know what, Mongol? I'm going to start your turn because I'm going to make sure that gets saved. Because I didn't save during the German one. I'm not going to leave this up to chance.
You know, I also can't think of his name. That's why I said Gorb.
Peter Stormare. Peter Stormare.
There you go.
Peter
I had an S in my mind, and I was like, what is the S?
He did such a good job. It was really
Fred
good.
Stalin.
Especially for being such a small amount of time in the movie. Like,
Yeah, he stole the show. Like, he's the
Really
the
did.
best thing in that whole movie.
they have been floating around doing a Constantine 2.
They are
as,
doing a Constantine too. Yeah.
They must.
I
It's
hope
like
they don't
are.
fuck it up.
They don't have a choice but to succeed.
I
No.
just really hope they don't fuck it. Keanu has never been more popular than he is in the present day, in my opinion, and I really hope they don't fuck it. Because Keanu has described Constantine as being one of his favorite roles.
I think if they went, I know that, I don't know in like the specific direction, but I know that one thing that could definitely help is if they went hard into practical effects with it. Because
They're getting more popular lately.
it's in a popular moment. I think practical effects would serve the niche that Constantine is. It's like that Guillermo del Toro like fan base type thing. It looked nice, obviously.
It would.
The original Constantine had CGI in it, but they did do some really good practical shit too. Like that demon with the burning, like the burn face. That shit was a practical effect. It was like makeup. The demon with the fucking fucked up burn face. That was a practical effect.
Delicious.
And like the
be
prop
fair, they
work
also
in
used-
Constantine was great with the brass knuckles and the golden like cross shotgun and all that.
And to be fair, they did CGI at a time where CGI was a big, bold thing.
Mm-hmm.
They did
Scorpion
see
King came
when
out
they
not too far from that or earlier than that.
the CGI that they did was to present spectacular things like their image of hell, of like the fucking flaming hurricanes and everything.
I have a meeting at 1 o'clock in the morning right now. But I need a print.
Thank you, Meth Mike.
It's Mike Amphetamine.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Cool Joe?
Put some fucking respect on Mike Amphetamine's name.
The Germans are 51 points away from the Mongols.
Did he just say he's been shot?
It sounded like it. He goes, "Pooh, I've been shot, ha 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 ha."
I still gotta grab my phone. Talking about shot, not getting shot.
That is a big difference.
4, yeah. I did not sign on to this job to be a mechanic.
They're asking you to do mechanical stuff?
That's what I've been doing this whole time.
Just fixing shit.
Restringing the fucking pins. It's duck pin bowling. And there's a whole mechanism that has to loop all the way through, so I gotta take the damn thing half apart before I do it.
I do like mechanical work. I enjoy it quite a lot.
It's fine. I'd be fine with it if I wasn't working with somebody else.
I also enjoy doing mechanical stuff when it's not overly complicated.
I enjoy it being complicated.
I
like
enjoy
sitting
electrical work being
Same
complicated.
man.
Electrical work scares me. There's a lot of vocab that I don't know.
It wasn't electrical work, but it's the issue is more that I'm back there with the same guys who came in like the one day.
Settle all these, and then I will summon these cities. Them. Save.
Mission complete.
Okay. We stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, Central Standard Time.
Indeed. Christian Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
I like Christian Standard Time.
What's Spider-Man? Spider-Man's being done on Thursday. I think Saturday is Sly. I don't remember how far Jordan was into Sly, the fourth one.
Are we getting about done with that one?
I don't
I know,
remember.
it feels like we're over halfway done at least.
Yeah, I don't remember.
With what? With Sly or Spider-Man?
Sly.
Sly.
I don't normally get to watch Sly.
We're doing Sly. We're doing Sly on Saturday. We have a YouTube channel where we store all our shit. Make sure that
Come see,
look at the
come like,
look at that. They're
subscribe.
flying in perfect formation there.
Be friends.
Yeah. Invictus. Invictus will come back next week. We've been doing this since October. Invictus, not streaming. We've been streaming for years.
Invictus.
Years and
If we're
years.
going to be doing Invictus next week, might I ask Thursday instead of Tuesday?
Yeah, I can
That
do
way
that.
I'm not at work while trying to do it.
Yeah, I don't know your goddamn schedule. But yeah, we can do it on Thursday.
This is fine. This is
We'll,
fine.
we'll
in the
move
eyes of
things
God.
around. We'll probably just do Spider-Man on Tuesday then.
Oh,
Sam, can you bless this holy union?
But this is everything.
Okay.
In the nomine Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
What a goddamn mess.